In a world full of chaos, two assholes with microphones manage to grab your attention for a split second before you change the channel. But they are your outlet to voice your frustrations. The world's first interactive podcast, that wasn't fact-checked, by the way, where the audience can become a guest of the show for whatever reason you choose to do that is beyond me, but presenting your hosts, Devin G. Ewert and Patrick Martin.
And we are live. What's happening, everybody? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Hello, hello.
Okay, everybody else said hello before I did.
Yeah, man, you're slacking.
No, they cut in before I did.
You got to speak up.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, are you gonna start your shit already?
It's a good way to start off the show, right?
Yeah. Cut off the fucking host. That's fine. Whatever. All right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Get in the good graces, you know.
Yeah. That's fine. That's all right. All right. So, who are y'all?
My name's Harrison, like Harrison Ford.
Oh, my name's Becca, like Becca.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And Devin, you got anything?
What you got?
What you got?
What you got?
So tell me about yourselves. What industry you're in, and what do you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, shitting.
Shitting.
Well, I work at Verizon.
Awesome.
Assistant sales manager at Verizon right now. I worked at T-Mobile for 2.5 years prior to that. Assistant manager there as well. Left exactly at 1 year as an assistant manager, so that was good. But
Wait a minute. How is that good?
hey, it's just something that happened. It's just a thing that kind of happened. But
It's all good.
I just want to build stuff. That's what I want to do.
Build
wanna
stuff.
make
Any random stuff or anything in particular?
I want to make everything.
everything.
If it's something that you have to use your hands to make, I want to make it.
Okay.
Like
textile.
Like
He makes swords sometimes.
I've made a
Makes what?
sword. Yeah, I've made a sword.
Oh,
I work on my
sword.
car a lot.
Oh, do you?
One of those, part of that is it breaks a lot, but
Oh, right.
there's a
Not
lot of
by
performance
choice.
modifications too.
Yeah.
nice.
I'll throw it
What?
over to Becca for a minute though.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. I'm just an administrative assistant right now, but I'd like to be some kind of counselor. Right now I'm in college. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that needs to be counseled.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of
Definitely
people out there
with the
trying to
times
figure it
now.
out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all share something in common.
Right?
Yeah. So, all right. So, what do you think about guns?
What do I think about guns?
Let's just
Should I go
jump
right into it, or
Just
should I?
right
Okay.
jump right
Okay.
into it. Who cares?
So, I think they should all be elite. No.
Get rid of them.
You're in the wrong damn state, brother.
I think it's in a pretty good spot right now, honestly. I don't know how I feel about where we're going with it on either side, but I like to shoot them. I like to know how to shoot them.
Did you hear what they just announced is official today in Texas?
No, it's not official today yet. It's not official yet.
I think the word is that it is.
I think it's still got to pass the Senate. Yeah, I think
But
it
why
just
are
passed
they
the
making it
House.
sound like it's official?
They do that every time something.
Well, they do. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
what
going to
they're
start
used to.
caring because they said it was official.
Well, I'd be careful about that. Now, how about this? Okay, let's turn it around on you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what?
Flip it and reverse it.
Talk to me about your Fourth Amendment right.
Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, talk
right.
to me about it.
Come on, Mr. History.
Because I'm sure you guys can tell me all day about the second.
I
But
forgot-
let's hear about the fourth.
Go to Devin on that one.
Devin, what you got?
Yeah, Devin.
I got nothing.
All right, I pull you over. I'm a police officer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Go ahead.
I ask you, I walk up to the car,
Mm-hmm.
license, insurance, all that stuff. I almost said registration. They don't give a.
They don't give
it's
a
on your
shit about
windshield
reg-
here.
Yeah,
No, they
it's-
care, but it's on your
They do
windshield.
Yeah, it's on the windshield.
But I pull you over. I ask you,
Uh-huh.
how fast were you going? What do you respond?
I don't know what your radar say I was going.
Well, that's better than what most people would do, which is tell them how fast.
I'll just tell him
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot.
Okay. There's a better answer though. The better answer.
What is the better answer?
Am I required to answer any of your questions, officer?
Oh god.
Yeah, you gotta give him one of those.
You're gonna be one of those guys.
Oh,
You're gonna be that guy that I see on the news that gets his window busted out.
Okay, wait. The window's gonna be rolled down because my tint's illegal, but
No.
Dude,
Dude, I got actually a funny story about that. So I actually got pulled over once. I was on the tollway, like 80 miles an hour. State troopers going the opposite direction. And all of a sudden, I'm just chilling, whatever. And that same damn state trooper lights me up, and I'm like going,
you're going the other way.
I'm like, how? He's like, sir, I need you to roll down your window. And I'm like, okay. It's already down. He goes, no, I need you to roll down the passenger window. And I was like, okay. So I roll it down. He goes, I need you to stop. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are we playing? Simon Says?
Is red light go? Like,
and so, yeah, he pulls out this machine, puts it on there, and he's like, your window tint is illegal, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you mean to tell me you went all the way out of your way, did a double back to come pull me over to tell me my window tint was
a
illegal.
slow day.
hey, you should tell them.
Apparently.
You should tell them that their window tint is illegal too.
Yeah.
You should. I was just joking.
Hey, no, I agree with you though. I agree with your joke.
Yeah,
But it's
okay.
wholehearted.
Well, you
But
know.
is it illegally tinted, though? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Oh God.
Well, not illegally, no. But if
I
it
should
were a
have. You know what? I
civilian-
should have said, hey, for a reference, let's use your window.
Yeah.
Let me roll it down, and if mine's
Yeah.
higher than yours,
Yeah.
Then you're good. If mine's lower than yours, we'll play high-low like we're on, like, Price is Right.
There you go.
And I'll be like, Price is wrong, motherfucker.
You don't hear me laughing.
Oh man.
What's your
Why not?
opinion?
You are now.
I am now. It's all right.
It's all
I
right.
don't care.
What's your opinion?
What's my opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My opinion. It's simple.
Okay.
You know, I just try to make things simple. I just do what the officer asked me to do.
That's what they want you to do.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
So if he wants you to jump
I
in
have-
your car and
I have a
the hokey
cousin.
pokey?
I have a cousin that's a
Before we get away from it too
That
much,
face.
the
Devin.
exact same scenario, you're gonna walk away with a higher ticket than I am. Every time.
Well, if I go to Abilene and my cousin
I would never
stops
go
me,
to Abilene.
yeah, I know. But if my cousin stops me, I won't get nothing.
But how many other police officers are there in the state of Texas that aren't your cousin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That's too bad. All 500,000 of my cousins.
That'd be
so
that'd be a little curious at that
major
point.
Yeah.
thing going on.
yeah. So
Maybe in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Or is it?
No. my sit out on the front porch, play a fucking banjo. Yeah. So, my cousin out in Abilene, he's a deputy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my other one, he's actually married to my cousin Jennifer.
Okay.
And Jennifer, she's a probation officer out there.
Well, that's better.
And yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I would just do what they asked me to do, and that's it, just to keep it simple.
But like to move even more further into that can work out for you, but that isn't how it is for a lot of people. They're going to end up walking away with something even worse, or putting into a situation to where they can end up dead because of some police officers aren't getting the rights, like, I guess accountability put onto them.
Right.
That's the biggest thing right now is the accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's why all these riots and everything else is happening, is because nobody's being held accountable. And it's like what we talked about a couple podcasts a while ago, was the fact that, they do all this stuff and, it only takes one bad cop or whatever, right? But the thing is, it's the turd in the freaking punch bowl scenario. Yeah, there's one turd in the punch bowl, but it ruins the whole damn punch bowl.
Well, and even
Insane.
beyond that, the system.
Yeah, I can throw like
Yeah.
3 or 4 little baby roosts in there.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah. I know. So
A little
a baby
spice.
took a shit in the punch bowl, and a little bit of guacamole in there too.
We'll never look at guacamole the same. Thanks.
We won't have you be making
feel
the
like-
guacamole here.
It's not
Taking
him
it
that's
with Baby
making
Ruth.
it. He's going to the daycare and he's picking it up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But so yeah, that's my deal, is that I just do what they ask, and just deal with the consequences.
And that's
or
how I
whatever.
was too. Like it's how I am usually, but I think it's a matter of like he's saying it's better to just shut them down. Like don't even
Well,
let
no,
him really
no.
talk to you.
Not even shut them down. To an extent, yes, shut them down, but like exhaust your rights, but don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and don't let them walk over your rights, because a lot of times they'll say things that are like they're getting you to give up your rights to an extent, but that even sound, in an average scenario, that's a little bit extreme, but it's not that extreme is definitely there.
Right.
And the main thing is just like what may seem like normal conversation is them trying to figure out another reason to cite you or another reason to search your car or,
Yeah.
That probable cause, you gotta have it.
Yeah, that happened to me in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The smell of marijuana in your car is not probable cause anymore since hemp is legal in Texas. Fun fact.
That's good.
Good to know.
That's good. That's
Well,
good.
did you hear there was a guy that was killed? Was it by 6 detention officers in Allen?
Yeah.
Because of marijuana, and then they basically said in Plano was like, you know what? We're not even gonna bother
Yeah,
with this.
they
We don't
stopped.
want to
They're
repeat
like-
this same scenario.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, well, how about the rest of the damn state?
Yeah.
Wait, Plano's legal? Like legal?
No, it's
No,
not
no.
legal,
Oh,
but
okay.
they're just gonna.
They're not gonna take you to jail and do
Oh,
all that
okay.
stuff like they
You might get a
did.
ticket.
Yeah, you might get a ticket.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be something where they're gonna put you in jail and do all.
Well, isn't it
blood
like
tests and all that
under
stuff.
2 grams in Dallas now that
No,
they won't? They won't.
that's a myth.
Matters your skin color.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring skin color into it, but
It's a real thing.
yeah, I know. I understand.
Well, and reverse racism is another thing too. 'Cause I've had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yep.
My heart goes out to you, truly.
Yeah. Yeah. They're leaving me speechless here.
Kayla says
That's-
because
that's
Plano
memorable.
has bigger drugs to worry about. That's
Yes.
into that.
Absolutely.
They got to worry about heroin and everything else.
Yeah, kind of like Oregon.
Lena says 2 ounces.
I think Oregon made the right decision.
2 ounces
But-
or more or less. I guess that's
2 ounces or less is.
We'll get you a ticket and
Plano.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so technically 2 ounces or less is
so 2 ounces.
misdemeanor class B, and then after that it becomes a felony.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And any amount of wax, cart, whatever it is, edibles, that's a felony because it's concentrated.
And this is your educational programming sponsored.
I had no fucking
PBS.
clue. I had no clue.
That
at
was
all.
intentional. Save it for the podcast.
There
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Exactly.
save it.
Save
Yeah.
it for the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so talk. No, you go.
what?
Well, I've been talking a lot. You go.
Okay. So, you
You had
two,
so many questions.
I know you
Where-
two
where they
got
at?
me. You two got me speechless, and I'm pretty sure everybody is thinking, "Oh my God, Sprouty is speechless." Oh wow. Okay. So, all right. Who'd you vote for in the election?
What do you think I voted for?
Yeah.
You didn't vote, did you?
I did vote.
You did vote. Who'd you vote for?
A person.
That's a good answer. That's the answer that I'm going to give as well. So
Do what?
that's my answer as well. A person.
A person?
Yeah, I believe so at least.
And
Yeah.
I was gonna vote for a grapefruit, but
My bad, sorry.
Yeah.
who'd you vote for?
A person. Potentially a lizard person.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I think they're all lizard people, but
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. You know who I voted for?
oh, I know who you voted for.
Who?
You told me who you voted for.
I think it was on.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Out loud?
You can say it, but I didn't. I voted for. I voted for
yourself?
me.
Your right arm? Oh.
Me, my right arm.
Gotcha.
Now you're being
Yeah.
a smart ass.
Hey.
Hey, better a smart ass than a dumbass.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Sir.
Right. Right.
What do
Well-
we got in the comments?
Kayla says probably Biden. I'm guessing. That's what she.
Why would you guess that?
Oh my gosh.
She just guessed.
Kayla.
She-
Kayla is
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Oh.
yeah,
I, his girlfriend.
his
I've
girlfriend.
heard her name in the podcast. Hi, Kayla.
Yes. Oh, somebody gave us an angry face. Oh,
That was Kayla.
Thanks, Kayla.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I know.
Limiting our
angry
reach
that I
on
say-
Facebook.
Hey, I know,
okay?
and I know
claim-
why. I know
Why?
why she gave an angry face.
Why? Why?
She heard Tom, not her.
Oh.
Talk to me about Tom. Who's Tom?
Tom is the one that called us two assholes with mics.
Okay.
And why you would want to interact with the show? I don't know.
And it's not fact checked.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
love that.
fact-checked.
No,
Y'all not fact check?
We fact check
Yeah, we fact check.
everything.
That's
All our stories and everything are double, triple fact checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, because I ain't trying to put out.
Sometimes Republicans, we don't fact check. We don't care.
We know.
I like that you just submitted
We
that.
know that. We are very well aware.
Yeah, some of the
He's aware.
stories he
She's
pulls,
aware.
I go and
Yeah.
look at the domain and I go. I'm like, first of all, it says it's a WordPress site.
Devin,
The credibility just went out the window when it says built by WordPress.
Yeah.
hey Devin, check your messages.
Brought to you by Squarespace.
Check your messages.
Tell Devin to check his messages.
Except for tater tots.
Except for tater tots.
That's-
Lena, don't get me started on tater tots. I had to eat some tater tots that night, in your honor.
What does
I
everybody
did
feel
too.
about tater
They're
tots?
good.
They were good.
Yeah, they are. Well,
Have a great podcast. Gotta run.
bye,
All right,
Lena.
Lena, if you're going to
Bye,
do a
Lena.
show, have fun. And then tomorrow night, we'll see you at Marty B's, right? Saturday?
Yeah, the Martys.
Take it easy, Lena.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does
She's
everybody
cool.
think when you hear tater tots? What immediately comes to your mind other than tater tots?
Sonic.
Deliciousness.
Sonic.
I was like,
There you
Sonic.
go.
Okay.
Sonic.
Sonic is the best thing like Texas has ever brought.
Okay, wait. So
Really?
Yes.
before you say that,
Whataburger.
she
What?
says, okay, Whataburger,
What?
Mm.
Whataburger isn't good. It's overpriced. It's overpriced.
it's overpriced, but it is good.
It's fine.
But so is Sonic. Sonic's overpriced.
Sonic is overpriced and it's not very good unless
Well,
you
what the hell is priced right then? Dollar menu?
yeah.
No, nothing's priced.
Yeah, but Sonic. I mean, Sonic didn't used to be overpriced.
No, I agree.
I haven't-
Ask me anything about Sonic.
I
Anything.
When was it established?
don't remember. I mean,
1957, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody
oh,
fact
you've been doing your research.
I worked at Sonic for 3.5 years.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, first job.
All right, so it was Sonic and 2 telecom companies.
Assistant manager at all 3. Store managers just work too much, so I'm waiting for that.
So at least
Waiting
at
on-
Sonic, you actually made stuff. What are you making in the telecom industry?
People happy.
Oh,
And resetting passwords.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Just reset passwords and fix people's problems.
Right.
That's the job.
Well, I mean, you know,
Teaching old people how to use a fingerprint scanner or Face ID. That's huge.
oh, that's you, Patrick.
no, it's not me. I know how to use all that shit.
Yeah, that's why I had to get a new phone yesterday, Dave.
Okay, no, his phone was messed up.
Yeah, see,
To be fair.
told you,
Oh yeah, that's right. You were the one.
Yeah.
told you. See, what? I mean, I would walk in and say, "Hey, it's me again."
Rookie All Star says, fact check that Sonic comment.
Okay, rookie all-star. I'll do it right now.
Who's rookie all star?
Hey, Rookie All Star, that's what you guys are for. You guys
Yeah,
are
hey,
fact
go ahead and
checkers.
Google.
That way y'all can
I think
duke
it was
it out
called
in
the
comments.
Magic Hat before Sonic, but I don't know.
Really?
The magic,
Magic
hat.
hat.
1953. I
Are they
almost
pulling
said that. I
corn
almost
dogs
said
out
that.
of their hat?
All right, time out. Product placement.
Oh Jesus. That would be Dr. Pepper, y'all, for the audio listeners, the ones that can't visually see.
Yep, that's true.
Top Hat drive-in before Sonic.
Hey,
I
you're
was
close on the hat
I
thing.
was close. I was close on the year, close on the hat.
Top Hat. What was it? Top Hat Drive-In?
Top Hat drive-in.
That's what it was.
How the hell do you go from that dumb name to Sonic? Just saying.
That's a good question. Sonic is because
got me
they
on that
want
one. I
the
don't
food to be
know.
out fast and
Come on,
fresh.
history buff. Don't you know your fast food history?
Yeah, I don't know the fast food history. I know all the other history.
Okay, that's true.
I know a lot of it. So, what do you think about the Alamo?
I don't know much about the Alamo.
You didn't remember it?
I was homeschooled. There's blocks of history missing for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was the very first?
If you ask me who the
in-
very first U.S. president was, I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs.
Because you probably don't know who that is. Anyway,
I'm not even gonna give you the pleasure of me saying it.
How did you get into the United States?
Well, there was a bag, a really dark tunnel, and I don't really remember much else. I was 3.
Nice.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Harris Hospital in Fort Worth.
Really?
Nothing to do with the name, though.
Yeah.
Harris
Yeah.
Methodist? I think I worked
Yeah.
in that hospital.
Oh, you worked
Volunteered.
there?
Yeah, I volunteered in there.
Did you deliver babies?
He was a no
Your
no.
dad?
He was a No, he was a when he worked there, he was a candy stropper.
No.
I'm
don't
so
even-
sorry. What?
Do you know what do you know what candy stroppers are?
Someone enlighten me.
Go ahead, enlighten us. History.
Wow.
History
Okay.
major.
There were candy stroppers in hospitals back in the day. They used to be like volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you seen Catch Me If You Can with DiCaprio and
Long time ago. Don't really remember very much of it.
okay. What? Let's see. Anyway, they were candy stroppers. Okay, they helped out the nurses. They helped out the not the doctors.
I
but
think
the
I can
nurses.
guess with the information I have already.
What?
Is it something to do with illegal prescription medication?
No,
Okay, I was wrong.
no. Yeah, you were.
Oh.
No, they
Damn.
no, they helped out. They just helped out. I mean, like push people in the wheelchairs. You know, like
Like push people over.
Right? Push them right out the window.
I mean, that's fun to do.
yeah, But I mean, that's what they were. You know, so I don't even know how I got on a candy. Oh yeah, called him one. Candy stropper. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead. What were you saying?
He was born in
Yeah, I was born.
Harris.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yes,
And
he's
then
born
you
on-
said.
I
That
volunteered.
you volunteered as a candy stropper.
No, not as a candy striper.
You wore a skirt and everything.
Nope.
Cute imagery.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
in your time they wore skirts and stuff, but my time nurses didn't wear no skirts.
Actually, they did.
Hi, dog.
No.
In my time.
Yeah, in your time.
Yeah,
not in my time. I'm saying my time they didn't.
In my time.
Yeah.
Do the cameras kind of just go to whoever's talking?
No, we have a board that does that. So
Oh, okay.
the board switches based on who's talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so me and Devin will be quiet for a second, and I'll switch over to y'all.
All they have to do is talk.
I don't
Talk.
know how to do that.
Hey.
What do I do? What do I say?
Oh my god, you're killing it. So
There you go.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah?
you killed it for a second.
All right, all right.
Okay,
many-
go ahead.
How many hours do you work in a week?
Right now, none.
Okay,
doing
did
this
you?
podcast?
Before, prior.
I was working 40 hours a week.
40 hours a week?
Yeah.
Good.
Unfortunately, the contract that I had, they couldn't pay overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the budget restrictions, they're like, you can't do, if you do any overtime, we have to have it pre-approved. And I'm
Yeah.
like going,
That's a
let
lot
me
of
get
companies.
in my little crystal ball and let me tell you
make
when in
sure
the
that-
week I'm going to be overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always a headache. And plus, we had to keep track of everything we did. So as far as like,
In the telecom industry?
yeah.
I can only
telecom.
imagine.
Oh, you know what the best part is? That we owned all like 7 towers in downtown Dallas, and our internet sucked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are we launching 5G? I can't even get signal inside
Yeah.
the building. What the f- is going on?
At the pink one. It's all fake.
It's all fake.
The pink one's 5G. We'll just say that.
The pink one's 5G.
The pink one's 5G.
Well,
or
18
the magenta.
I mean, the blue company
To magenta.
was 5G before everybody else. That's why when they like started
5G
saying,
E is bullshit.
Who?
I don't even.
Who is
All I
that?
know is
Who?
they were working on 7G, not 6, 7. I was like,
Well, that just-
what the fuck happened to 6?
hopped right over it.
They're like, yeah, we just said screw it with 6. We're just gonna go to 7.
Just skip it all.
Lucky number 7, you know?
Yeah.
Lucky number 7, exactly. Should be interesting though, because with the Starlink and stuff that they are networking, and I just saw the specs that they're going to launch like 30 to 40,000 satellites, and basically they're going to use lasers instead of wires to communicate, because
Right.
obviously light travels faster than through a cable. And so the need to have bases on land is going to be, few and far between. And then, of course, the speed and latency and stuff, because they're lower in orbit, that the latency stuff is going to be really low. So it's going to be interesting because telecom's they're going to have to do some catching up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's something that I've actually been like hyper aware of ever since like the Sprint T-Mobile merger. Like they're gonna be behind for a long, like probably 2 or 3 years minimum
Yeah.
right now. But as soon as that's like really started to finalize, like Verizon and AT&T are gonna be behind if they don't start doing something,
Right.
because they've got 2 networks.
Yeah. So Brandon, what is that? Padron.
Padron. You know Brandon Padron?
Yeah, you know Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay, so
5G caused COVID.
Okay,
No,
listen. So
buddy,
what had happened was
So,
like
I
okay,
can tell
so
you
go
guys,
ahead.
I have the inside
Tell
scoop.
your 5G story about COVID.
So what happened
What
is
happened
on the
was-
5G cell towers this time last year, roughly, maybe a little bit, further back, March, February last year, whenever they started to turn on the 5G towers, they accidentally had the switch on the towers switch to COVID instead of 5G. As soon as they fixed that, like it should have fixed everything, but now it's starting to spread. So
yeah, it's unfortunate.
What, COVID?
yeah,
All because of 5G.
yeah.
Yeah.
5G causes COVID.
It gets into your like cells and stuff and rearranges.
Oh my God. We're gonna get banned. False, fake information.
And
Fake
just
news.
This for
Hey,
legal purposes,
hey,
that was
and ju-
entirely
and-
a
It
joke.
And just
It was
think,
That was a joke, y'all.
It was
that
so-
was really a joke. That
and
was
just
a joke.
think,
They're gonna run with
Somebody's
this.
gonna
They're
run with
literally
it.
gonna take that
We're
clip
viral
and
tomorrow.
fucking
Oh,
run
please
with
don't.
it. I knew it. I knew it.
This is what my boss was telling me not to talk about.
and
For
and,
good reason. For
and
good reason.
Devin, just think,
What's that?
these two will be taking care of us as we get older.
Oh jeez.
I was watching a like little YouTube video about that, about how like elderly care is just getting more and more just
Down the drain.
down the drain.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I mean, I've always told my kids that if I got like really sick, because Alzheimer's running in the family,
Mm-hmm.
if I got really sick, I always told my kids just to get a gun and just put a bullet in my head. Because
Well, that's homicide.
oh my
can do
god.
it.
Yeah, just so you know, that's called
Hey,
murder.
just to be
you know
clear.
what?
Just to be
You know
clear
what?
on the radio.
Okay, fine.
Since
It's
we're being-
homicide, whatever. But as long as I have it in the
You
will,
say tomato,
It'll
I
be-
say grapefruit.
This is what
Go ahead.
you just have to have a gun in your hand, and then it's self-defense.
okay, well then I can tell them that I'll put the gun in my hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
So,
What the fuck
and
do you
then
need them for if you have the gun in your hand?
but they
Yeah,
can do it.
this whole story is just kind of losing.
Yeah,
its,
it's just- we're
losing
just-
its traction.
We're-
So,
well, I don't.
shooting
I
holes in
don't.
your
I don't want to
story,
live that
pun
way.
intended.
okay, let's switch it up. You said
All right,
you
all right.
feel.
Go ahead.
Brandon
gonna say-
again in the comments says, I see. Fauci was wrong. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Referring to you.
Hey,
Fauci.
Dr. Harrison Fauci, present.
Oh yeah, Harrison Fauci.
Okay. You said you felt bad for my generation with technology. Why do you say that?
No, I didn't say with technology.
Okay.
I didn't feel bad for y'all's generation in technology.
Okay.
I feel bad in y'all's generation and my kids' generation because shit is just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Why do you think we said we didn't want kids?
Well, you know.
Well, you never
Yeah.
did say why. You just said,
Well,
Well, that's why.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why.
why.
no,
that's
but-
why.
thank you for saving it for the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I get it. I get it why y'all wouldn't want kids, because of you don't want to put them through the same shit that y'all are going through. I get it.
Or worse.
Well, it's
Going to be worse.
it's going to be
Yeah.
worse.
Well, especially with the generational just curses that everyone lives, it's just gonna keep going unless somebody breaks the chain. So like, might as well give you time just to like break the chain because people just keep, adding links on
Right,
instead
right.
of actually fixing things.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that I feel sorry for my kids, y'all, the
My generation's right in the middle. We say, fuck both of y'all.
That's
Oh
understandable.
yeah, y'all get to have the good parts of the
You're a
world.
Gen
Yeah.
We get
You
Whack
probably paid
dollar.
5 cents for this house.
millennial or Gen X?
You had the chance to pay a penny for a house. Come on now.
Yeah. Wait, what's y'all okay? Because you feel bad for our generation, what's your opinion on healthcare? What's your opinion on the government kind of coming in?
Hour-long conversation.
Okay,
with healthcare just on that.
healthcare. I've always looked at it as, okay, if you want healthcare, okay, let me start over.
He's gonna say, if you want healthcare, don't be poor.
No.
Hey, let him speak. Let the man speak.
Okay.
No.
okay,
I wasn't
okay.
going to say that. I
Okay,
wasn't going to
okay.
say that.
It's more fun
sorry.
just putting words in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you pause for too long.
I
Everybody's
know,
gonna fill it in.
and it does nothing but, you know,
Piss you off more?
Vein bulging.
straight the fuck
I
up.
see those veins popping out.
Really?
Yeah.
They did while you were doing the
They did.
a little bit.
A little bit. They
Okay, so healthcare.
Okay, so healthcare.
Thank you.
Healthcare. I was raised. Of course, I was raised in the 70s and the 80s, and I was raised.
18 or 19. Okay, sorry.
Got you.
Dude,
Well, was the railroad being worked
does
on?
it does it look like I was
still
born in the
independent yet?
1870s and 1880s?
It was easy pickings.
I look
Easy
great.
pickings.
Did they have?
You look good for your age.
I
You look good for your age.
Hey,
you know,
did they have this? Was fire?
Were you using
Okay,
tools?
all three of y'all gang up on me. I don't give a shit. That's fine. Okay, now healthcare. I was grew up.
Did y'all use sticks?
Was it combustion engines or horses? Did you invent the term horsepower?
Did you make the wheel?
I invented the wheel, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, healthcare.
No,
I want to hear this.
Okay, healthcare. I always
believed in health.
believed in health.
Crossfit, all that.
But okay, with me being in the same industry as long as I was and everything, my thing was
For the people, which industry?
And if you want it, and I've taught my kids this, if you want it, go out and earn it. That's it. Hold on.
We didn't ask to live. We didn't ask to live.
Oh my
I don't
God.
need to earn the right for me to have health because I didn't ask to live.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Okay. You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you take too
Time
damn
is-
long. I took a
Well,
nap.
Yeah, let's go.
I've fallen asleep 5 times already.
Well, hell, man, I'm thinking.
I took 4 retirement naps already.
I respect it. You're
Jesus.
thinking about your words.
Brandon?
I'm thinking about my words and how to put them.
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're gonna be a counselor, so you
I know.
you
This
You're
is
gonna
your
be working with
space.
special people.
need.
I know. This is practice.
Shut up.
Brandon says healthcare is a human right. I agree with you, Brandon.
Nice.
And I was getting, I was getting to that.
Mm-hmm.
Some things have changed. Something has changed since I started thinking that to now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That okay. Well, yeah. Maybe we need universal health care. Maybe we need that. And all that, and try to keep everybody healthy. But the insurance companies, they don't give a shit.
Right.
They really don't.
Well, and
Well,
that's
that's
the
the
that's
issue.
the root.
Yeah.
It's one of
And
the
that's
root
the
issues.
thing is that the first thing you walk into a hospital, you walk into the ER or something like that, and first
Do you
thing they
have
ask you,
insurance?
do you have insurance? Okay, well that'll classify you as okay, well this guy, okay, well.
Are they worth
Harrison
saving?
doesn't have insurance, so we're going to put him at the back of the line, even though that he's having
A heart attack.
Yeah, but of course with me, I have insurance right now, so I'm at the front of the line. But with my health issues, I'm always at the front of the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why.
Because
also,
I've had the heart attack. I've had the hardcore anxiety and all that.
Right.
But with people that in Texas, if you're having a life-threatening emergency, the hospitals can't turn you away.
Right.
It's against
The law.
the law.
Yeah.
But that check afterwards is going to put you even to more of a debt and into more of
Yeah, it
a
is.
hole, and that's like
And technically, if you're in debt with hospital bills and everything like that, and they try to put it on your credit report, they can't.
Or if they do,
But here's the
it's
deal.
super
They
easy to
can't.
get
They
off of
can't
your.
do that. They can't do that. They
Here's
can't
the
put it
loophole.
because of.
There's a loophole. They can send it to a collection agency.
Yep.
And a collection agency,
But then when you dispute it, 99%
Yeah.
of the time it
Yeah.
gets taken off because
It
they don't
falls
have a
off
good.
because it goes all the way. It goes back to HIPAA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead, prove it, fight it. Yeah.
You're asking me to prove it?
No, I'm talking about the healthcare. Collections.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna have to
Because
prove
if
they have to prove their case.
Can I
Yeah.
respond to one of the comments?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kayla said, yes, but you're living, so contribute like others, but not everybody has the physical and or mental capacity to do so. And that's one of the main reasons why healthcare should be seen as a human right rather than something you work for.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And plus, just with like the mental health crisis in general, like up until quite recently, mental health was not even really considered as like a thing that people should like have a right to be like prescribed and like treated. So there's all of these people that's contributing to, you know, the homeless population, and there's the crazies and like or whatever else, the crazies, when really they just need a place to go that's actually going to treat them like a human being and treat them with like some kind of sense of like you could contribute to the society. You're not gone, because they are just cast away as you're just gone.
Well, and to a certain extent, your age too matters. If you're older, elderly, they're just like, they had a good life. We'll just kind of put them to the wayside, kind of thing.
And I think for the main part, it is like, because I like agree with you, to where it's like, especially if you have some kind of like, underlying health concern. Like my dad got a liver transplant. The reason he was able to do that was because of his condition, he was skyrocketed to the top. But there just needs to be more resources so we're not spread thin. That's the issue, is that we are spread thin. There needs to be more money. There needs to be more people. There needs to be more locations.
To the money aspect,
there needs to be less money.
There needs to be less concern of the big people making money.
Exactly.
The biggest, and this is something that none of y'all have hit on, and this is the most important factor. There needs to be regulation on the cost structure of every single thing.
Exactly.
Because that's where the rich are getting richer, because they know, I can just jack the price of an EpiPen to $2,000 a pen, and only the rich, they'll be able to afford it.
Yep.
Or people with really super high healthcare premiums and everything else. But guess what else? That creates the healthcare plan and everything else to go expensive to pay for that super expensive EpiPen. It's all relative. If you regulate the price, then the price of the overall healthcare and everything else, the price of the doctor, the price of everything else goes down. The problem is there's no fucking regulation.
Right.
There's nobody regulating the prices on anything. I should be able to get, if I have a Achilles rupture, which is what I had, if I go to Harris, since you brought that up,
right,
that price should be the same as if I went to
Presbyterian over here. Yep.
And then it should be the same as if I went to Denton Regional or whatever the hell it is this week.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I feel like maybe even just price gouging, to where it's like some people like, I think, and then like that can get very sticky. Is like price gouging to where it's if you're in a certain like, what's the pay frame, like you should be like paying a certain amount. If you're in certain pay frame over here, you should be paying a certain amount, and just kind of match it. It's like taxes, but how taxes should be.
Right.
Kayla says it's not the poor or the wealthy that suffer, it's the medians. Well, that's true, because the poor
actually it's the middle class that suffers.
Yeah, the middle class that suffers.
Yeah.
Which is the majority.
It is.
Everybody suffers in a relative manner, I would say.
Well, yeah, everybody does, but I mean it's more
at the top.
Right. Their problem is, am I going to be able to buy another private jet this weekend?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to buy one this weekend.
Well, you worked in the airline industry. You have connects.
Matchbox.
Yeah.
Matchbox.
Matchbox.
Hey, if you guys ever see any Hot Wheels Miatas, I need it.
All right.
I would never buy a jet. I don't freaking need one.
No, right?
I just hop on Southwest.
It's a hell of a lot cheaper.
American.
Wait, you don't like Spirit?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Spirit.
I've never been on Spirit.
I've been on Spirit.
I think I've only been on Southwest, actually, and I've only been once.
Yeah. How was
but did you die?
Well, how was your experience with
Southwest?
Yeah.
I slept most of it.
Good.
It's the best time.
Yeah. Turbulence puts me to sleep. I like that.
It was just from here to Colorado, too. I haven't traveled that much.
So that's about, what, hour 20?
2 hours, I think.
2 hours? Really?
I think so.
2 hours to
I think so.
Denver?
I'm not sure.
You went to Denver.
To Denver, yeah.
Yeah, because that's all. Well, actually, they go to Colorado Springs and Steamboat now. So they just keep adding and adding and adding. So, and I have no more comments about Southwest.
Very nice.
Kayla, no, your opinion
I have a lot,
is not
but
different
I'm not doing
because you're in the health field. We agree. The median is the one that suffers, or the middle class is the one that suffers. The poor, obviously, they have they can get it for free, and then the rich, obviously, they can afford it. Yeah, so we're in agreement. So I don't know where you're getting this. Guess my opinion is different.
Yeah. If Kim is here, I'd like to see your opinion. If Kim was here, she was here earlier.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. And if Kimberly's here, I'd like to see her opinion on that too.
It's a switchel.
So,
What the hell is that?
It's really good. So it's you get
Do witches or gnomes provide it?
Yeah,
Because that's what it tastes like.
That's why it's here. Switchel, you can make it with apple cider vinegar and like honey and some fruit, and then you put in a little bit of just whatever you want. You just let it ferment in the fridge for a little bit, and then you strain it. Oh, ginger!
that's
You put
rotten?
ginger in it. No,
I'm kidding.
So wait, she
It's
said
culture.
ferment, so that has alcohol in it?
no.
Oh,
It's like you could like my mom and I always
You
joke.
had my attention, and then you lost it.
I know you can put something in it. Like every day, I'm like, Mom, when we gonna put something in this? It's time.
Put some sugar in it; it'll ferment.
Literally.
okay, so we talked about healthcare,
Yep. Talked about police.
police, which we
kind
Hell,
of drifted.
yeah, but I mean, healthcare, we-
We talked about guns.
yeah. Did we talk about guns?
Yeah.
Briefly. That was the beginning.
Oh,
We started right
That was a
into
very.
Hey, who did 9/11?
Oh,
No, that's dangerous. Dangerous
Yeah,
topic.
that is dangerous,
very.
especially for him in the airline industry.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh.
for me.
Whether we talk about it on the podcast or off, I'd love to hear that. Honestly.
Okay,
What do you think? Get banned?
Oh, geez.
You'll probably get taken off YouTube
would-
for
I
real.
would,
Yeah, you'd
yeah.
get taken off YouTube.
all I will say about 9/11,
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
you know what I'm going to say.
Glaze it like a donut. Just glaze over it.
All I'm going to say, which is going to be the 20th year, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 20
Can't believe
years.
It's been 20 years.
I know, 20 years.
Mm.
Wow. Wow.
Were y'all even alive during 9/11?
I don't remember
See-
it, but yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You were?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I was like a few months old.
A few months old?
I was like 2 or 3. Oh yeah, September. And my birthday's April. April 1st.
April Fools. Oh.
Yeah. I
Oh,
know,
so you're an
they-
Aries, huh?
Yes.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
explain a
My
lot.
birthday was yesterday.
Oh, you're an Aries?
Yeah.
I felt that energy.
Happy birthday.
I felt that energy.
Thank you. Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, I felt it.
That's cool.
You remind me of some other Aries that I know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Name's
okay.
Buddy. He's fun. He's a good guy.
Okay, so 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting. TikTok, mother.
Bush ran his first.
You're going to say too much.
Hold on. Bush ran his first 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He ran his first 4 years. His second, or his second term, he didn't run. He didn't run the country in his second term. That's my thoughts.
Okay.
Hold on. That's my thoughts. Now, really, I don't think that Bush really knew anything about 9/11.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
And there's a reason for that. And I'm not going to tell you the reason.
Until we're off the air.
I'll write it down and I'll show you and you'll understand why.
I would argue
Right,
that's
Devin?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I like your band.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's nice.
So
The real diamonds.
anyway,
Oh, yeah.
that's it.
Real fake.
That's it.
I
Real
arguably
fake.
Bedazzled. Do you get a
Yeah, yeah.
bedazzled gun?
It matches my little Mercedes thing on my car.
Cute.
That's it.
Very nice.
So what is your thoughts?
I'm not going to speak on my thoughts, but I think we're probably in pretty similar agreements. I think it's a very touchy subject on
Here's
what
most
I'll-
streaming
I
platforms.
will say, I find it coincidental that the day before that happened, Rumsfeld gets on, and you can pull the video YouTube. I don't know if I think it's still up. I think it might be still up. He got on and announced to the world that there's $4 trillion missing. Missing. How do you
a lot of
miss-
money.
I've lost $100, but not
That makes me sad.
$4 trillion.
That makes me even more sad.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden this happens, and I'm like,
Coincidence? I think not.
There we go. Kim responded.
I was
Sorry, driving, but social medicine is the way to go. Basic human right. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Don't text and drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
You better be having that voice to speech or voice to text.
Yeah.
Speech to text.
Ah.
Okay, so talk to me about your car.
Oh,
What do
Talk
you
to me
want?
about cars in general.
Please
Cars
don't.
in general. Okay, I collect a lot of cars. I've had a lot of cars in my day, and
How many?
I have 3 right now.
Okay.
You only saw 1.
Yeah.
I think out of all the cars that I had, this one is obviously the best and fastest and funnest. The Land Rover, I will never own another Land Rover ever again.
Understandable.
I rolled that thing over 3 times. Not a single airbag went off.
How were you after that?
I walked away from it, honestly.
Yeah,
but
good.
I mean, the car looked like an Easter egg, like this.
Yeah.
The roof that was flat.
Were you
is
speeding?
Now, no, actually, it wasn't.
You
even
gotta
speeding.
exhaust your Fifth Amendment right. Come on now.
Training.
You know how they always say like accidents happen within like a half mile or whatever from your house? Yeah, it literally was like a half mile from where I was staying, and like the off-road tires just barely hit the inside of a turn, and it just caused the thing to. And then Jeep Wrangler, that was an awesome vehicle. But then nothing beats the Catalina.
Yeah, I know. My 1973 Pontiac Catalina shit brown, man.
1973.
1973.
Where's it at?
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I wish I still had
Where it
it.
belongs in a junkyard.
No, I wish I still had it.
What's the best sports car? There's only one answer.
Yeah, my Mercedes sitting out there. It's sports and luxury. Got best of both worlds.
You can't
What are
have
you
the
gonna
best of both worlds if it's a true sports car.
Right.
Yeah, you can. Mercedes figured it out.
That's fair. Yeah, it's luxury until something breaks, and then it's like you can't live
That's
in
why
luxury
first
anymore.
thing you do is you get an extended warranty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you say? What's your favorite car?
What would you guess my favorite car is?
Miata.
Yeah, of course Miata. Of course it's Miata. Yeah.
It's so easy.
Okay, but wait.
Really, Miata?
Let me talk to you about my Miata.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a 1992.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Production started in 89. First model year was 90.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
90 to 93 was the first iteration. It was still the first generation up to 99. Well, really, so it was 90 to 97 for the model year for the NA Miata, the first generation.
Mm-hmm.
Mine has the best motor in it, the 1.6 liter motor. Shout out Zach for that one. It's mine happens to be done by yours truly. It's supercharged, so a little bit quicker than an average Miata. How it should have come from the factory.
Miata weigh?
Like 2,200 pounds.
Yeah.
So 10 horsepower on your car versus 10 horsepower additional horsepower on my car is like 10, 50. You know?
But then we're talking about gear ratio, and gear ratio will kill you.
Do you know your gear ratio?
I don't
Final
know
drive?
offhand, but I know
No.
it's a 7-speed.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's it can haul balls.
Yeah. No, I'm sure yours, no doubt in my mind, would beat my Miata, for example, in a straight line. If we were on a track, and this is what every Miata guy says. Every Miata guy says this.
Bring it out to a track.
But bring it out to a track,
Let's
and
go.
as soon as
I
there's
got
some
friends that
turns,
look it up.
I will go right past you. Any
Nothing
day.
Outhandles a Mercedes.
So y'all go out
It's
to
a go-kart.
Hold on.
Go out to Ennis.
Ennis, it's a straight line.
Is that
He's
straight line?
talking about road course.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He doesn't know about AMG and Petronas, the number one F1.
And that's a Harry Potter spell.
He's the number one F1 racer, like undefeated Mercedes.
But okay, let me ask you something.
top 3 cars, Mercedes. Just so you know.
How much does
Not a
your
Honda.
Mercedes
Not a Mazda.
have to do with an F1 Mercedes, though?
They're the same car.
They're the same.
Just mine's got a convertible.
Oh, okay, the convertible. Do you have rollover protection?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty ingenious how they did it. So they didn't want to have an A-frame
Uh-huh.
like most convertibles have an A-frame.
Right.
My 300ZX that I have downstairs. Which
You have a
is,
300ZX?
see, I told you I was like, he's gonna be interested in my other car. Yeah.
Stop the podcast. We're looking at the 300ZX. Grab the vlogging camera.
Can I tell him the price?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I forgot
Just
what
some-
price it was.
Can I tell him I
If you
forgot?
can get it out of my damn garage so that I can actually use my garage, I'd sell it for $2,500 right
Oh
now.
yeah, I was gonna say 3,000, but he
Yeah,
said
I'm just like
25.
I've had over 350 responses. I've listed it, pulled it, listed it, pulled it, and
Just can't let it go.
Well, no, it's just people.
Oh, people flake like crazy.
They
Yeah,
flake, and I'm like, dude.
car industry or car community is
Oh,
just
it's so frustrating.
flake.
Yeah.
Oh, Kayla says I can talk cars. Yes, you can. That's one thing I love about you. Oh, she says the Camaro 2 SS.
I think it's just a Camaro SS, isn't it?
No, it's
Is there a 2SS?
it's a,
I'm not very familiar with
it's a
Camaros.
6.2 liter. It's got a whole bunch of bells and whistles and stuff too. It's one step below the LTZ, I believe, which is the Corvette engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's basically a detuned Corvette engine. Which basically my car is a detuned one of the higher end AMGs and stuff, and that's
Right.
why they sell it at a lower rate. But then you go tune it,
Get a stage 2, and it's the
open
same.
it back up.
Yep.
What'd you say? No, babe, I had one. I don't know.
She
But yeah,
had-
anyway, the 300ZX.
Said she had
I
one.
think you froze on Facebook.
No, it's showing.
Yeah, it normally does that sometimes, and then
As long as that's not what the viewers
Did
are
I
seeing.
see something about 1 billion people hacked on Facebook?
yeah.
Did that happen?
It was
today?
iPhone users, yeah.
What the? I haven't had a chance to follow the story or anything, but it was like 500 million the other day, but now they're saying it's over 1 billion people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm like going,
Zuckerberg's
Mostly
not
iPhone
taking
users.
care of his stuff.
if
How does
What does that mean?
that
Like,
means that they have access to, you know how everything's linked to Facebook?
yeah.
They have access to all that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just real. Like this shit, they should go down in a fucking fiery inferno.
All right. Well, you know what? We can bring MySpace back.
I'm down with MySpace.
I've never tried
MySpace was fun.
MySpace was fun.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
MySpace and the customization you could do, whereas
Yeah.
Facebook's the same shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can play music on Facebook. I mean, on MySpace.
Well, yeah, you had band pages and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you technically do on Facebook, but there's no.
Yeah, but
an interactive like aspect of it. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I mean, Facebook is like monitored by, Zuckerberg. Well, not
Owned
Zuckerberg.
by.
I know he's
Owned and
by-
operated.
Yeah, I know he's owned.
Rated.
He owns it. He was sued. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Who was sued?
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg
Oh,
by,
yeah,
by the
yeah.
Winklevosses.
The Winklevosses.
Yeah, 75 million.
That sounds like a villain. That sounds like a villain.
It does.
so does Zuckerberg,
Versus-
though.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg is a villain. You hear that, Zuck?
There is no good guy.
I'll start calling you Zuck. All right, Mark.
Yuck.
So
He won't mind.
yeah, you will. He'll probably like block me on everything now.
So, what's your social media preference?
Facebook.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm biased towards Facebook because when Facebook started was when I was first getting into social media,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of experience like managing like Facebook pages and whatnot. Look up. Actually, I'm not going to say the name of the page right now. But I've got a Doctor Who fan page with 70,000 followers.
Wow. Dang. That's
That I
awesome.
made when I was like 14, so almost 10 years. 14 or 16, I don't remember for sure.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, a lot of
That's kind of what got me into web design and stuff. Was one of my the girl I was dating. Her brother was like 13 or 14, and he built this entire website. And I was like, "Dude, you did what?" He's like, "Yeah, I built this. Check it out." Dude, I was like, "How the hell do you know how to do this?"
Internet, bro.
Yeah.
Internet, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm right in between those two age groups. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. See all
Well-
this shit getting.
one thing that I can say for certain, I will hear almost any day that I have at least 5 customers at work. And sometimes it's slow. That doesn't happen. But any day that I have at least 5 customers at work, probably 3 out of 5 of them will apologize for not knowing better. They'll apologize for having to come into the store and talk
Yeah.
to us,
Yeah, yeah.
And it's sometimes it's really simple, easy stuff to me.
Yeah.
Usually it is. Sometimes it's really simple, easy stuff to everybody, like literally just turning the phone back on.
Was his
You know?
easy stuff?
His was out of his hands. He would have had to speak with a representative regardless, and then him coming into the store to me made it
You were-
easier for. But
You were 2 out of the 5.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I did say I was sorry for coming in.
Right. Well, and that's the thing though. I try to say every time an older person, because it's usually people 60s and up are our main clientele.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "I'm sorry," and I'll tell them like, "Dude, don't worry about it. Like there's
That's
stuff
why
that
I'm
you
here.
learn. Yeah, that's why I'm here. There's stuff that you know
If you
from
stop
when
coming
you
in, I ain't gonna have a job.
exactly. Yeah. There's stuff that they did whenever they were my age that they could run circles around me on. And a lot of that stuff could still be relevant today. Growing up with more tools like working
With your hands. which you like
working
to
with
do.
your hands. Yeah, which I love to do. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
So, your Miata, what stuff have you done yourself? You said you did some of it yourself, or a lot of it?
So it's naturally aspirated 1.6 liter 4-cylinder from the factory. I have a Jackson Racing M45 supercharger kit on it. It's got a standalone ECU because it's so old you can't really tune the ECU. You can use like piggybacks or band-aids. I don't know if you're familiar with those terms.
Yeah, with the 93 300Z, they were able to run a PC, and then they could go in and change everything.
Right, exactly.
It was the craziest but yet coolest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
I'm like, dude, you just literally shut down an entire cylinder. Like, that's
Exactly.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I'm relatively capable with like the tuning part, but if I'm doing like a big modification, I'm contacting my tuner,
Right.
But yeah, beyond that, it's like full bolt-ons and stuff. So
That's cool.
suspension, tires, things like that. Of course, an exhaust. I tried to do something relatively quiet too, so you can still hear the whine from the supercharger.
Yeah.
Which is the best sound on the planet. Any supercharger's whine is.
I don't know, blow-off valve on a turbo.
It's
especially
good.
on a twin
It's good
turbo.
too.
That's
It's
pretty
good. Yeah.
That's one thing I'm kind of pissed off that they don't have, but everything I've read with the Mercedes is that the way the turbo system works is that the one spools the other.
Right.
So instead of a blow-off valve, which releases
It's a
that,
recirculating valve.
yeah, it's recirculating, so that way you don't ever have boost lag. It's just instant. So as soon as you want it, it's like, boom, it's there in your face.
Right. Right.
So I was like, well,
That's the
shit,
benefit of
I kinda
twin turbo.
wanna-
yeah.
I want to have the I want to
Yeah.
have the sound. Kind of cool.
I've thought a lot about because a supercharger has a lot more of a cap than a turbo does. For example, with a supercharger, if you want to run more boost, it's not just changing some settings in the software; it's changing physical hardware like the pulleys, so it's different ratios and whatnot. So I've thought about going to a turbocharger since it's now been demoted from daily driver, promoted to race car.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's going to be the next step is turbocharging it and running 14 pounds until the engine blows,
you go.
and then eventually building a motor and running 20 pounds, just ridiculous stuff. But
Yeah, that's the way. I mean, turbos is, and it's funny because a lot of manufacturers and stuff just stayed away from turbos for years and years.
for a long time, yeah,
GM was really big on superchargers, but
Yeah.
they didn't really mess with turbos at
Right.
all, which I find ironic. That Mercedes and a couple of these other manufacturers have been running turbos for years.
right. That's a big thing in American cars is a supercharger on a V8, turbocharger on a 4-cylinder. If either one.
Right.
It's not often the other way around where it's a supercharger on a 4-cylinder, for example, in my case, and turbochargers on a V8.
Is yours front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive?
Rear-wheel drive,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you'd be eating some tires front wheel. So my parents had a Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. So it had a 6-cylinder, but it had the supercharger on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing was
Those are fantastic.
Front wheel drive. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I used to take that thing. It was a sleeper. I took it to the street races. And Mom and Dad, if you're listening, turn off your headphones.
Mute the audio.
Mute
Go
the audio.
go get a glass of water.
So I used to take that to the street races, and oh my god, it was so funny. And it got to the point where like I'd try to race like there was an RX-7, which I love those.
Love the RX-7.
And dude
Especially
was
the
like,
nifty.
dude, I've already seen you race. He's like, I ain't racing you.
He's like, I'm not
"What?"
playing with it.
He goes, nah, I've already seen you tear up a Corvette. I was like, all right, fair enough. I was like, shit. And it was funny because it had a trailer hitch on the back too.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of car are you think is taking out to the street race with a fucking
Right.
trailer hitch and whoop your ass?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I love those little sleeper type cars.
Okay,
Speaking-
so Brandon,
My buddy.
yeah,
Yeah, my friend.
boy, he asked about what about social media and censorship. Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject.
No,
but
no, I think
that's-
it's good.
He asked that while y'all were talking about that. So what do you think? What do you think about social?
Yeah, it's hard to get these comments in because by
Yeah.
the time
Once
like,
we
talk
get
about
going,
something,
right.
it's like then we're on something else already, and then it's sorry.
No,
So censorship and social media.
right.
Thing.
I'd like to hear somebody else touch on it first.
Oh my god.
Let's see you touch on it, Devin. I feel like you've got opinions on it.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think it's. I mean, I told you about the whole YouTube thing, right? Oh, actually, no. I don't think I even told. I thought so. We had a shoot this morning, and I was talking to what is Tom? He's like what, the producer, actor,
Writer, actor, director. He's everything.
Yeah, he's everything. So basically,
he's everything in his stuff.
He was the one that did the voiceover in the very beginning, because we just did it because we're like, hey, and he, we had a script and everything. I was like, no, don't do the script. Like, make it your own. Like, just have fun with it. So, and he knew about the podcast and everything else, but yeah, he was. I was telling him about how the beginning of our intro, we have a music bed in there, right? Mm-hmm. That we own the rights to, we paid for it and everything else. Well, every time we play it on YouTube, they fucking flag it.
Really?
Every time. And so I have to go through all the different fucking steps
to get it unflagged.
Show them the license.
Right.
And I'm like,
does it sound like another song? Is it like UMG copywriting it or something?
They say it's flagged because of so-and-so, which is the same exact license and everything that we have. So I give them the license, the purchase date, and the artist and all that sort of shit. Show them that we paid it. But I have to do this every fucking time. And with 8 platforms, I have to do it at least 3 times for each podcast. So it gets, and I told them the last time, I go, look, if I have to send you another fucking email because you guys can't get your heads out of your asses and y'all can't figure out to put that license into a database and tie it to the music bed so that when it flags, it reads that the database has a license on file and you can't figure that shit out, the fuck is wrong with you, YouTube?
Yeah.
I heard YouTube is like really just like constricting in general. Like it's just very.
It's like imploding, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's. I've seen so many podcasters. One of the guys I follow, Philip DeFranco. I've been following him since he was like
a boy.
Yeah. And had like 30 followers, and of course he got hired by Disney, and he's done huge things. But he's having the same issues with certain stories he talks about that are getting demonetized, getting flagged, and all this. And he's like, he's frustrated as hell with them as well. I mean, he's having to do.
I think every content creator is, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's horrible. Like the restrictions and shit, and even like in our case where we actually hold the license, but yet
it's still happening.
Yeah, and it's still happening, and
because it's an automated system that's doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get flagged once, they should
keep
be able
doing
to.
it.
I know,
but it should be the other way around.
Right?
Once
it's like if it was resolved the first time, then why are we still doing this over and over and over and over again? Yeah. So I told him, I sent him a letter. I said, hey, every time you do this, it's $150 an hour. And I go, if it takes me longer than an hour, guess what? You're fucking paying for it. So I was like, here's your documentation, your legal documentation. You've been served.
Yeah.
Every time you do this afterwards, this is like damn near like harassment.
Right. Okay, but let me ask you. Do you think that your attorney can beat YouTube attorneys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to see it.
That's the sad part about it,
pretty
though.
fucking good lawyers, especially when it comes to IP and intellectual property and business. Yeah.
Yep.
But I know YouTube's got fucking deep pockets, and they'll just fucking
don't make it go away.
Yeah.
Kind of circling back a little bit. I think when I read censorship, I'm thinking like I'm trying to think like what can I touch on without.
Well, there's content censorship.
And then like freedom of speech censorship.
Right.
I imagine that's probably what the question pertained to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in terms of like kicking people off social medias.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Are you talking about Twitter?
Twitter.
Talking about
Parler.
Yeah.
Those.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead.
I want to see what other people think.
Lord, you already heard what I said.
Well, that was about YouTube media censorship.
If you're invoking violence, I think that you should be taken off.
Well, right. That's covered under the First Amendment, right? If
There
it's
you go.
if it incites violence.
Yeah. Or in like just false.
Well, I mean, that's just common sense.
Right.
You would think.
You would think, yeah.
You would
Yeah,
think.
it's common sense.
I think they should be allowed to speak unless it's hate speech or something that violates any of their constitutional rights or anything like that. But I think that if
Absolutely agree.
if it's hate speech or something like that, then obviously it needs to be that shit needs to be flagged.
Yeah.
That shit needs to
Absolutely.
be documented, and that's what pisses me off about all these things that have happened. Shootings and school shootings, where they said, "Oh well, we knew about this, you knew about this." Was
As
it
you're
on there?
talking about it.
Yeah, the
Jesus.
13-year-old. Yep.
And that's my whole point. It's like you knew this, you saw the social media, you saw the patterns, you saw like with the NSA and all this stuff going on. Like, why the hell didn't you do anything? You know what I mean? You have the evidence.
Because the only reason they're tracking us is so that they can advertise stuff to us.
Well,
That's all they care about.
You know, I was in the advertising arm of, like, I did ads.
How do you
sales.
feel? Do you
I did-
sleep at night?
Did you watch Social
Well,
Dilemma?
I will say this. Oh yeah, I'm in the data field, so I trust me. I could tell you some stuff to blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
No.
Let's just say, yeah. Okay, so let me just put it this way. I'm gonna play the good side of it first, and then we'll play the bad side of it.
Play the bad side first.
No,
Twist it up.
All right. So the bad side is the powers to be know everything you're doing, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, how often you're doing it, and based on those patterns, because they can basically use that to forecast what your next moves are, where you are going to go, what you're going to go do next, and all that sort of stuff. We can predict, based on all of the algorithms and everything else.
Right. Like how long you look at an ad, or even if you're looking at your phone, you're talking to somebody.
Well, the ads are served to basically, it's called audience segmentation.
Mm-hmm.
So we, as ad service, we're looking for ads that are specific to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you two are watching the same show, I want to serve you ads that are generated and geared towards you. And then I'm going to send you ads that are geared towards you. So if y'all are watching the same program on your phones, you're going to get a completely different ad than she is.
Mm-hmm.
Which in theory, like, cool. Like, give me ads that actually I give a shit about. Don't give me fucking tampons and this, that, and the other that I don't give a shit about.
Right.
Right?
But on the same side, I don't want to be told what to think.
Well,
and that's
telling you what
to an extent, though. If that's all you're seeing, if all you're seeing is shaving commercials or something like that, you might. If you see 10 shaving commercials over the next week, you're more likely to shave your beard.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
But unless they have the good audience segmentation that knows that you're growing a beard, and then they say, well, no, he needs beard balm.
He needs the
needs, exactly.
the beard club or something.
Then again, it flips on the other side.
I bet you I get an ad for it.
Oh,
later,
yeah,
because we're talking about it right now.
guarantee it.
And then also the thing about that, where it's like it's hard to argue with people who are being giving false information, who have been living a false narrative because of things like that. To where we're all truly just in our own little world.
Here's what I say: you can't argue with stupid. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can't argue with ignorance.
No.
Right.
And that's why I see a lot of people on my Facebook page that I'm just like going, do you really believe that shit?
Right.
Have you fact checked yourself?
Right.
Think before you type.
Yeah, and that's, oh my God. And the problem is that when people get into that mindset, then everybody else kind of latches on. And then everything that they say is like gospel. And then they create a following of like-minded people that are completely misinformed.
Right.
I'm just, certain person comes into mind, but he was our faithful leader.
Who? Who?
Oh.
Who you think?
This is an owl.
Who tried to run and lost?
Oof.
Who's the third time
All right.
loser?
Okay, I know who it is.
Oh my God.
Enlighten us.
No, I'm
Tell it
not.
to everybody in the room.
Nope, I'm not.
No, we don't want to get banned.
No, we don't. We don't want to.
Does that happen?
We don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Kayla says, this is the point of the cast. Voice it.
Yep.
All right. Tell us about 2020's biggest loser.
I already did.
2020's biggest loser. Who's
And
that?
2021.
Who's that?
And 2024.
Yeah, go ahead and throw that out there.
What do y'all
Twenty-
think
No, he's
about
going to try.
2024. I think 2024 is going to be. I think Candace Owens is going to throw her hat in the ring.
The Rock, bro. It's The Rock.
That's
all
what I
day.
was about to ask. Like, what's y'all opinion about The Rock, though?
The Rock all day.
My boy.
I
but
forgot.
before we
forgot
get into
about-
The Rock
I for-
all day,
I forgot about Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Dwayne
the problem
Johnson.
with The
AKA.
Rock, the problem with The Rock running for president
What is that?
is why do you say The Rock all day?
Because.
And that's
He's gonna go
that's how the biggest loser of 2020 came
I
to
know,
be. Was
I know,
everybody was
trust
like,
me.
because
Right.
Because he's not a
funny.
politician.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah, that worked out well.
that
for us.
worked out so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID
but,
variants fuel rising.
but see.
Yoicks.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Squirrel.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
The Rock.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson running. You said you forgot about him running. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about him running.
damn, do I have to tell you?
I love
about
that,
our
Kayla.
boss? What'd she say? She said, I did his teeth. He would be the best president with the best teeth. Yeah, because you did them.
Oh, cool.
Will you do my teeth? I
Yeah.
have some cavities.
It was
And I don't have health insurance.
His mouth was like this big. I was like, I can tell who that is just by looking at his mouth without even having to see this part.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And there's that one about the Chicago police killing a 13-year-old.
Oh, yeah, and he lied about armed with a weapon. But he technically did have a weapon. He just dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that
They
part.
showed a security camera from
Yep.
the fence.
That's what they're showing.
Is that what they're showing right now?
Yeah.
No.
And it was
Yeah, he
thrown
dropped
right there.
it right here. There it is.
Yikes.
Sorry, audience. I know y'all can't see that. But they're
But-
showing the 13-year-old that was shot, lit up in Chicago. And then the police said in the police report that he had a weapon. But he had dropped it before he got shot.
Yeah.
He dropped it behind the fence.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna say? God, I
The
forgot.
Rock. President Rock. You forgot about him.
Okay, so Dwayne Johnson and Candace Owens for 24.
Yeah?
You think Dwayne would be? Is he a Republican or Democrat?
I don't know.
Other-
That's
He's
otherwise?
independent.
He's independent.
I think he's independent.
Yeah.
I think McConaughey is independent too.
fuck, I'll vote for both of them.
Hell yeah, I would too. McConaughey for governor.
Everything will be all right, all
Okay.
right.
I just want to hear him speak.
If
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and all right.
all right.
all right, all right.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Okay,
If
so is that all we're gonna say?
Yeah, all right.
if
That's
Joe
gonna be a
Biden wasn't
slogan.
the Democratic
Nominee.
presidential
President. Uh-huh.
nominee and Donald Trump was not the Republican presidential nominee, who would you want it to be for 2020? That were candidates.
Oh,
Out of people that were
shit.
candidates.
I don't even think there was any that were.
I don't think there was anybody.
Bernie.
For, I don't think anybody was for Republican.
I like.
Yeah, nobody ran as for Republican, right? Nobody
No,
else ran.
nobody did. It was all.
Okay, let's go back to 2016 then. From
It was all
Republicans.
Trump.
Oh Jesus! Let me get my magic time machine.
Okay. we could fix some things.
You know what? At one time, honestly, I did like Mitt Romney.
Really?
Yeah, at one time
Yeah.
I did. Now I don't.
Is it because he doesn't like Daddy Trump?
No, that's not it. I've seen him do. I've seen him do some stuff that I just no. Now Bernie, I have to admit. Sorry, my Republican friends.
I like what some of the stuff he represents and
I
his
like
ideals.
I like some of his stuff. I like some of Bernie's stuff. And that's basically it. I didn't like anybody else.
I don't feel like he would have gotten much done himself, but his influence would have.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think his policies would have gone through. But
Well, he's fighting for some policies now.
Right.
That's what
Right.
I'm saying. So he's got the influence and stuff now. And the whole caveat was why people didn't want to vote for him because they thought he was going to die before he fucking finished the office. But
Yeah, but
look who's in there now.
Biden is.
if he dies before he finishes, I'm not going to finish that. It's because Harris killed him.
Right?
Oh. Oh.
No comment. Because
So what do you think about Al Gore? You remember Al,
Al Gore? Okay, if Al Gore had tried as hard as
God.
Donald Trump
Right.
to win the presidency,
Yeah.
he would have won the presidency.
I think the world would have been obviously a lot different.
A lot different.
We would
Absolutely.
have already had electric cars.
Yeah,
That shit wouldn't have been,
absolutely.
oh, we're going to wait 20 years to fucking get them.
what
Nah, it'll be less
are
than
you
10.
saying? Are you going back to the
Talk about-
election of 2000, or
Well, I forget what year that was.
I think it was 2000, yeah.
Was it 2000?
are you going back to the election of Bush and Gore, or are you going
No.
to 2016?
I think he ran again, didn't he?
No, he didn't run again.
Was it just Bush and Gore?
It was
Kamala
Bush.
Harris.
Yeah, well, it was Bush and Gore in 2020. Remember the lockbox in Florida and all that shit?
No, I don't remember the lockbox. What was the lockbox?
The put the ballot in the box, and people were taking out of Gore's box or taking out of the boxes that say Gore's name on it or whatever.
Was that in Florida?
I think so.
And it was probably in Florida.
Yeah.
Everything weird
Everything
happens in
happens.
Florida.
Yeah. Any type of fucking happens in Florida.
Yeah.
Look up Florida Man, and any any word, and you'll find a news headline for it.
Yeah, some weird
But
ass
in
shit
Florida,
happens
yeah.
in Florida.
It's a fun
But no,
Zombies.
yeah,
and shit that they had in Florida.
almost. Actually, they did because they had that one dude eat bath salts.
Yeah.
Was that in Miami?
That was Florida. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was Florida, but was it Miami or where was it?
I don't remember where.
Okay, somewhere in fucking Florida. And so,
As
yeah.
a city, is it relevant?
No, it's not relevant. I mean, I would think that it would be in Miami or Jacksonville or somewhere like that, but
Yeah.
yep, maybe even Tampa. I don't know. But no, Gore was with Gore. It was Gore and Bush in 20.
Hmm.
So are you talking about in 2016?
I don't think 9/11 would have happened if Gore would have been president. Honestly,
Do we think that we'd be smoking blunts right now if Gore was president?
probably.
Yeah.
Probably been legal.
Yeah.
Been a different time, different place.
Okay, so
I don't know if I'd still be able to
about
drive
it.
my
I think we should
Miata.
do a movie about it.
so here's the deal.
All right, here's the deal. Wasn't there somebody that was doing that?
Who
Who
was
was doing that all the time?
Here's the
deal.
Oh, it was Biden.
It was
Here's
Biden.
The
Oh,
deal.
yeah,
Here's
yeah.
the
Here's the
deal.
deal.
Here's the deal.
The SNL presidential debates were better than the actual
Oh my
ones
God.
by far.
Dude, some of
Jim
that-
Carrey's Joe Biden was
Oh.
so fucking hilarious.
Oh man, those are some of the best skits. I'm
Yeah.
so glad that they did that because I was like, man, SNL had like died off for like the longest
I
time.
think they got as many views as the actual debates.
Probably.
Yeah, they
Somebody
did.
fact check that out.
I was gonna say,
for
I
us.
think they might have gotten more because that
Right.
shit was hilarious.
Yeah, they did.
Especially year to date, I guarantee they probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Well. Yeah. Whatever.
Kimberly says the year of the hanging Chads, Miami-Dade. So I'm guessing it happened Miami-Dade, Florida.
Well, no, it looks like she replied to Kayla about the two SS or something like that.
What?
The 2SS, the Camaro or something.
I don't think you're looking at the right thing because I'm looking at timestamp 9:13 p.m.
I'm not going to say anything more on the subject
But what?
to avoid incriminating myself, but I saw an officer in Louisville with SS bolts tattooed on his arm.
What?
Really?
Called him a bitch, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh, she said no to the campaign. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I get that now. The election of 2020. I mean, the election of 2000. That's what she was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in Miami.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was Florida that fucked up
Yeah, Florida's.
as usual.
I-
Do y'all like
I think so.
regular fries or sweet potato fries?
Ooh, depends on the sauce.
That's okay.
Sauce
Is mayo
sauce.
ketchup a good fry sauce?
French fries or sweet potato?
French fries.
Nah.
No.
He likes mayo
Spicy
on a lot
ketchup.
of things. I put
like
mayo
mayo.
on
Yeah,
avocado
spicy
toast
ketchup.
today. I thought of you, and I would have cottage cheese would have been better.
Oh, wrong.
Would have been so much better.
That's absolutely wrong.
Nope.
There's some things that people can agree on, but that's just wrong.
No.
No.
Period. I didn't even answer the question.
Oh yeah, what's I guess depends on the sauce.
Okay.
Kayla says that's for crawfish, the ketchup and mayonnaise. You forgot the Tabasco though, Kayla.
Yeah.
Gotta have
You
it.
Yeah, you gotta throw Tabasco in there.
How's everybody feel about spicy food? And what's your definition of spicy food?
Spicy.
How spicy?
Spicy.
I finished the 4 Horsemen challenge
Okay.
on Man vs. Food in San Antonio.
Okay.
There's a YouTube video. Go check it out.
I gotta check it out.
Oh my god! And I was like, I live streamed it, so I was like, I can't bitch out.
You can't bitch
I
out.
can't.
No,
I
not
was
when
like,
people
I
are
got
watching.
People from all over the United States watching this shit.
Right.
They're like cheering me on, and I'm like,
I have a challenge for you,
what's that?
and it's a food challenge.
What's
And I'll complete it with you. The Hellburger from Rooster's Roadhouse here in Denton or Decatur.
Done. I've already done burger challenge.
The
Hellburger.
Hellburger?
What's in
The
the
Hellburger.
What's in the Hellburger?
Spicy.
That tells me nothing.
You have to sign a waiver.
That's same here.
Spicy but bold.
Nobody would even sit in the table surrounding.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how-
absolutely.
And when they cooked it, they wore gas masks.
Yeah.
And they covered.
I think it's similar
Yeah.
for this. Yeah.
Yeah, so
and they give you plastic gloves to eat them up. I'm like, wait a minute, you're worried
You're like,
about
hold up,
burning
brother.
my fucking skin, but I'm eating this?
I'm putting this.
Did it burn you from the inside out?
I literally, no bullshit, I didn't eat for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have the worst. I'm like going, not looking for the bathroom. I'm not looking for the bathroom. If it burned this
You just
much-
gotta hold it
I'm
as
literally
long as you
going-
can, so it mixes with other stuff or something.
But I down.
You would have had to hold. Yeah, you would have been in there an hour and a half.
I downed an entire big bottle of Pepto Bismol. I've never drank
Oh
this
my
shit
goodness.
in my life, and I'm literally like, I didn't drink it all at once, mind you, right?
Probably
I was
Sipping.
I think one of my earliest memories.
insides were fighting.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Here, right?
I can't.
Too? Like,
Oh no, it was
all the way?
It was all the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
And I'm like going, I can't do shit about this.
One of my oldest memories was a memory of my mom handing me an apple juice box,
Uh-huh.
and the straw was stuck in some Pepto Bismol. I was fucking pissed.
Uh,
I was so mad. I was so
did that
mad.
to you?
I wouldn't take it otherwise.
She got
Yeah.
you. She
Or it was
got
some
you.
kind of medicine that tasted like that. I don't know if it was Pepto Bismol, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Pepto
Yeah.
tastes like chalk, basically.
But the pink flavor. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
The
It's
flavor.
like frothy.
The
It's like
fla-
frothy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Maybe if it was cold, it'd be better.
I need a
but I don't know.
strawberry
what? My
milkshake with
grandfather,
Pepto.
my grandfather always thought that Pepto Bismol just cured everything.
I think Kayla lived on
cure-all.
Pepto.
Seriously, I mean, you're, you know, when I was 9 years old and I got food poisoning
Oh, God.
on my birthday,
Yeah.
and I remember that.
Wow.
And I mean, it was rough, man. And Kathy took care of me till mom and dad came down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my grandfather gave me Pepto Bismol at 9 and didn't work.
Yeah.
He goes, well, give him some more, it'll work some more. Well, it didn't work the first time.
Finish the bottle.
Yeah.
Just get some ginger ale, bro. Just ginger ale.
Now he
You
lives
can't
off that
kill
shit now.
gingers.
I live off of
I'm
ginger
not all right
ale.
with it.
You better watch out. I'm feeling a cough coming.
Hey,
I feel. Never mind.
That's hilarious. Kayla said, my mom used to hide it from me.
used to hide the Pepto Bismol from you?
She said, I loved it as a kid, Kayla said. I was like, are you... The...
Really?
My mom would have to
Counseling.
fucking tackle me and like...
Better
fucking...
help.
I hated Robitussin cough syrup.
Cough syrup is
I
the
liked-
worst thing.
I loved cough syrup, honestly.
It's got a lot of.
What's wrong with it?
It's got a lot of alcohol in it.
It's got some other things in it too.
Yeah, Robitussin. Robitussin has all alcohol.
Dextromethorphan.
Yeah.
I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I think so.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it does.
How do you say the A version of Tylenol?
Acetaminophen.
Yeah.
Acetaminophen?
Acetaminophen. Yeah.
See? Huh?
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Either.
all- yeah.
Either.
That's all. That's all I can take is acetaminophen. I can't take any ibuprofens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kayla and I, we can do the liquid medicines, doesn't bother us at all, but
Can't do
none
it.
of her kids. Her kids, literally her daughter, just to get cough syrup, like we had to pin her down.
Oh,
Yeah, and just pour it in.
Yeah, and it was like, even still, she was like,
my family never really did like medication. Like we lived on a farm. The farm just raised us. I don't get sick.
I have some friends that swear that raw milk cures and prevents everything.
well, you know, they used to sell it at, I think it was Burris. And you're from here, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
You remember Burris?
Yeah, I remember.
They used to sell actual whole milk, and then they used to sell the milk with had the little butter thing that was at the top. You know what I'm talking about?
right.
Buttermilk
Yeah.
or whatever. And then like we got it for years and years. I used to love that shit. And then
Right.
they started putting a warning label on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, I don't give a fuck your warning label. I'll drink it anyway.
I know Finnegan cures a lot of things too.
What is it?
Finnegan.
What's that?
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite drugs.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Is it over the counter or prescription?
Actually, you have to get it in the IV. Well, I don't know. IV is better than
Isn't
the
Finnegan
prescription.
what they're all dying from? The like coke and stuff has been cut with and a bunch of
Fentanyl.
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 That's what it is.
Is that what you're trying to say?
fentanyl. No,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think.
No,
I-
Finnegan.
so when he said that, that's what I thought of. Was
Okay.
that one, and I was
No.
like going, wait, what?
No, Finnegan is for Phenogrin's for
Anxiety.
anti-nausea.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, if Zofran doesn't work, then they give you Phenogrin. Phenogrin,
Right.
it burns going in for about like 1 or 2 seconds. It still burns, but it feels good. It's like you're instantly addicted to
Oh.
Phenogrin
Yeah.
and morphine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't experienced it. Don't want
I've
to be in a
glad you
situation where I need to.
anything.
No,
Yeah.
I've had to experience it.
Yeah.
I've experienced Demerol and Phenogrin.
I prefer Afghan black tar heroin personally.
No, I want the
Want some
I want the shit that the
peyote.
doctors
Well, if we weren't
do.
banned before, we probably will be now.
No, you say that though. Actually, like one of the reasons why I feel the legalization of all drugs in Oregon is a good thing is clean medical grade morphine, not necessarily harmful. If you have clean needles, you have a clean spot to do it. You have people to watch over you.
Let's clean drugs in general. Like if you
Right.
have clean, you have regulation. Problem is,
Exactly.
streets they had no regulations.
Right.
So I agree with you on that. Is if and especially now, like so they're starting to talk about obviously legalizing weed, marijuana, and that sort of stuff. But now they're also talking about psilocybin, which is mushrooms and stuff.
Psilocybin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I am a firm believer that should that could really replace a lot of just like daily like antidepressants, anxieties things. Like I'm in like a psychology class and we had to do a critique over an article and like that was the main thing is like, well, it was mainly like focusing on people with trauma who have been like, diagnosed with like some kind of like advanced staged cancer that they were dying and had other stuff going on. So they're trying to see if it would like reduce their anxiety and their stress. And so they gave them like low dosages. And like with every like study and circumstance, there's been some kind of improvement. And that's the same kind of thing with even just like LSD in general, where it's like psychedelics have way more power than really like.
Well, and my thoughts.
Yeah,
too
they
is-
do.
So I came from the medical industry when I was in college and that sort of thing. And
1800s or 1900s.
so that would be I don't even remember what year.
No, that's me, man. No, I know.
2000.
Roaring 20s.
2000.
Last ones or these ones?
It was 2000. So and I worked for one of the largest in Texas, and then the other one was so I worked for two different companies.
Okay.
One was one of the largest medical providers in Texas. The other one was injections and diagnostic. That's their specialty. But the reason why I left and I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I was a marketing director for them at like literally still in college. Like,
Right.
I beat out people that had PhDs and masters and all that sort of stuff for this job. It was really high end. But I was
Impressive.
like, thank you. And I had a whole team and everything of marketing and sales, and I couldn't do it because I realized one day I showed up at the office and they're like, well, yeah, see that person up there? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, we're gonna make $275,000 off that person. They're like, see that person over there? Like, we're gonna make about $180,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
going. So everybody in here has a fucking price on their head, and
Right.
like, you don't
Yep.
look at these people as
That's sales in general, though, and it's kind of disgusting.
It
but-
is, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm selling my soul to the devil.
Yeah.
And so, like, I literally left there and went to the exact polar opposite of there, which I managed 6 different GNCs, which is herbal, supplements and that sort of stuff. And man,
Right.
I was 215 pounds solid fucking muscle. Oh, we got comments coming in.
Yeah.
Can I respond to Kayla's?
Hold on.
We'll start from the
start
top.
with Brandon's.
Yep.
More access to proper drug education. I agree. He says less opiate overdoses. Yes,
Right.
it can be monitored and regulated. And then Kayla says, I had someone very dear to me die of drugs. Therefore, not a fan of making all drugs legal.
I feel like making all drugs legal, like I guess building on that a little bit more than I did is kind of key to the subject. Making all drugs legal to where you can get help instead of being concerned about being
Arrested.
punished.
Yeah, right. Arrested,
Right.
jailed, and that sort of thing.
Can help prevent a lot of
And then at that
So
point, also,
treatment
like,
instead of punishment is what he's
Exactly.
basically saying, and I agree to that extent too. If he would have had somebody to treat him and somebody to help him versus somebody that's going to punish him because of the addiction and everything else, I mean
Right.
that's where this whole society and everything, even look at law enforcement, and you look at the medical industry, the whole fucking industry, all of it needs to be overhauled.
Yeah.
It's all fucked.
it's fucked.
You know what's really sad is, and I hate. So when I was in real estate, I had this. She was a double major. God, what is the highest honor you can get?
Not a P.
Valedictorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double valedictorian and super smart, right? And she would always be like, "Well, why are you reinventing the wheel?" And I'm like, and I just like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I shouldn't do that." And I just carry on, right? Going like to what you said earlier about just adding on, never really fixing it to begin with. So you're adding on more shit to something that's already sucks and something that's already shitty. So I always like. That statement bothered me, and then as I got older, I was like, "Well, who the hell says the wheel's the best invention? Who the hell is saying that's the best way?" Look at maglev. There's no wheels.
Flying
involved.
cars.
Well, flying cars that don't exist.
Okay, we're trying.
For a reason.
That's why we're trying.
Not yet.
But see, the thing with the maglev is it's never touching the ground, whereas flying anything is going to have to touch the ground at some point.
Yeah.
Maglev doesn't. So that just goes to show the credence of, yeah, that mentality and that thought process of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it was broke, you just didn't realize it was broke, you just kept on as business as usual, and you kept on doing the same thing because that's the only thing you knew.
Yep. And that's a lot of what we live day to day is that, you know.
And that's to me, I've always been the type of person that was like, well, let's do it right the first time, so we're not having to redo it 55,000 times.
Yeah.
Or we're not adding on to something that's already failing. What we got here? Kayla says, I agree, but you have to want help to get help.
To an extent, but at the same time, if it's treatment rather than punishment, you're more liable to get help even if you don't think you need it, you don't want it, than otherwise.
And also the people that are administering it to you, they're helping you. They're giving you the dosage enough to get you past the withdrawals and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. But they're not giving you to the overdose point to where you don't know how much you're ingesting and you don't know the quality and the consistency of it, and that's why you overdose, because you don't have regulation.
Right.
So once again, you don't have any control. You don't have regulation.
Or it's laced.
You don't know what's
That's one
in
of the
it.
most common things is opiate overdoses whenever fentanyl is laced.
That was fentanyl. Going back to that, I mean, there could be that's one of the things that's been going around a lot, especially here in Mexico, coming into the United States is stuff that's laced with fentanyl.
So
Brandon says making safe havens accessible to the people who need it to provide harm reduction care.
we are playing.
Grabbing her hand.
Okay.
We'll keep our clothes on.
Yeah.
Not until we're streaming to Pornhub.
Yeah. Okay.
OnlyFans, bro. OnlyFans.
Okay. Okay. I have something right quick.
All right, go.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicotine.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever?
Nicotine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Nicotine is a hell of a
Absolutely.
drug. A
Yeah.
hell of a drug.
Okay,
So have you ever had? I don't know if any of y'all had ever had a nicotine withdrawal.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have?
Yeah. I quit I've smoked cigarettes from 13 until vaping was a thing. Yeah.
Wow. I would have got my ass kicked.
I was trying to make myself look cool in front of my brother and his friend.
Yeah.
And now we're here. But last year, at the start of the COVID pandemic, up until this January, I was nicotine free for the first time since I was 12.
Good.
And plan to go back towards that soon, but I need to just do it.
So
That's the biggest thing is just do it. You know.
So if you had a nicotine withdrawal, how did you feel?
Anxious, stressed, less in control.
Okay.
I would say. I mean, even this podcast, I probably hit this 10, 15, 20 times.
Yeah, you probably have.
I was gonna say we've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it. It looked cool on camera.
It did kind of just.
But no,
Hey, we needed that earlier today when we did the fog machine.
Yeah, no shit. No, but okay, I quit, and I had a nicotine withdrawal, and when I had the withdrawal, my whole body went numb.
I've never had a serious withdrawal like that.
Well, it did. I don't want to say it went all numb, but you know how your foot goes to sleep, and you get the needles.
A little bit like that.
Yeah, like that. and everything. So it's like it just started in my foot or in my feet, and then it just went straight up my whole body.
Right.
So my whole body was like that.
To me, that sounds like it might be a lack of insulin.
Well, no, I am pre-diabetic, but
Really?
I mean, this happened. I mean, this happened like 20
Long
years
time
ago.
ago.
Yeah, this happened like 20 years ago. So, anyway, I was just wondering if you had ever have a nicotine withdrawal, but
Less physical, more mental, I think, in my scenarios with it.
When do you find yourself wanting to smoke the most?
That's the main issue with vaping is that you can usually do it whenever. Like I couldn't light up a cigarette right now, but you don't mind the vape. You
Right.
know? So that's the issue is that it's a constant thing.
It's kind of the mentality of why people don't buy cartons of cigarettes because they have it readily accessible. Then they'll smoke more.
Exactly.
And if they don't have it, you know what I mean? So
And then you make it to where it like tastes nice, and then it feels good when it goes in. Like then there you go.
then you're like, it's a treat.
Yeah, literally.
But,
The same breath.
Ooh, candy. Ooh, candy.
That's what like my friends used to say. They would joke, be like, "It's my coffee and my vape. That's my lunch." And I'm like, "That's
Not okay, yeah.
not at
Yeah.
all.
no,
Like,
it's not. It's not.
It's not at all."
one of the main way beyond just not working for the initial 3 weeks of the pandemic, that was why basically what happened was we'd gone on a trip right before everything was shut down. Day we got back was the day that everything got shut down, and I left my vape at her house, and I was like, fuck it, let's leave it there. I got some nicotine gum and went from there. And the biggest thing was honestly the oral fixation, having something going.
That sounds so awkward.
Yeah, it was the best
Yeah,
thing.
it was like the-
I'm just gonna go all the way in with it and just say
Sound
exactly what I was gonna
like
say.
this.
Yeah,
It's this right here.
But-
so you could
right.
So you could have went somewhere and got like
Hey, Kayla, timestamp that.
I actually had a whole art like project that was called oral fixation, where I made like zines, and then I made a book like off of oral fixation.
you should explain what a zine is.
A
Does anybody
zine?
know what a zine is?
What is the scene?
not
It's
a, not a
like-
fucking clue.
It's like a comic book, but it's just like a little like pamphlet, and you can put all your art into it, and you can distribute it to where it's like super easy, and it's supposed to just be like very kind of underground, but like like what is the word for it? Starts with an M.
It's what?
Don't worry about it. I thought of the word. I was trying to remember a word. It's gone. It's like
Words.
momentary or something.
So what helped me a little bit was I had cinnamon sticks.
Yeah, yeah.
And that helped.
I think with vaping as opposed to smoking. And fun fact, I've been a part of a lot of vaping related studies. People who vape and smoke, because at the time I vaped and I smoked cigarettes when I was going to the bar all the time. But mostly I've done a lot of studies for like vaping in particular. And the main issue with vaping is just the nicotine, raising your blood pressure, hypertension, etc. But the big thing with vaping versus cigarettes is the flavor. So I think that's why nicotine gum worked better than, say, patches or any of the other alternatives, was that there was still a flavor every time I was getting that Nick buzz, you know. while I
Yeah,
was
but the
off
nicotine
it.
gum, it tastes like 6-month-old spearmint gum.
That's one thing I figured out really quickly was different brands made a huge impact, and making sure that you weren't like, I thought, okay, let's do 4 milligrams because I vape a lot, you know, but that was just way too much. As soon as I switched to the 2, way easier. So just making sure you have the right dosage and a flavor that you like was one of the biggest things. And I bought other normal packs of gum to mix in with it, you know, to kind of slowly wean myself off. I think I'm going to pick up a pack of nicotine gum and some 5 gum when I leave here.
Yeah, get some
Nice.
get some spearmint gum
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Get it going.
Let's see. Kayla says there's 8
Jim's
times more
still here?
nicotine in some cases than cigarettes. She says,
Right.
It was on Dr. Phil today.
There's a
Well, I'm glad I know what you watched today.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest thing I learned being involved in a lot of vaping studies, from nationwide things to even just my doctor testing my lung capacity, before, after, during, with all of those. I think the biggest thing is there's a huge amount of misinformation with vaping, and it's not the end-all be-all safe way to ingest nicotine, but it's not as dangerous as a lot of people would have
What
you
about
think.
popcorn lung?
That's not a thing at all. Yeah, not a thing at all. I'm not even going to touch on that one, but
Hey, you were talking about misinformation. So
right,
I figured.
right. I think in the past I would have been able to touch on that better than I could now. I don't think the information is fresh enough for me to properly educate on popcorn lung.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Any more questions, Patrick?
Nope.
how do you like your answers?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
It's all right. All right.
All right. Wait, that's only 5. He says what, 3, right? He says 3.
Yeah.
All
All right. It's the last one. You gotta.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you guys seen Borat 2?
Yes. Wait.
Unbelievable.
Yes. That was good.
Unbelievable. Who is America is amazing. I was turned on to these very, very recently. My dad would never let us watch Borat when I was a kid, so I didn't watch it when it first came out. Borat 2.
How long ago was that when you were a kid? What, couple of years?
Hey,
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
3 or 4 of them. You know.
I followed him back when he was Ali G,
Oh, really?
which was when he was he had this gangster persona.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He does some amazing personas.
He does, man, and when he gets into character, it's like you can't. You think it's another person.
Have we heard about Dogecoin? Oh yeah.
do
my
you
heart's
wanna bring this
broken.
up?
My heart's broken.
Patrick, have y'all heard about Dogecoin? Go ahead.
The first time I bought it was December 28th of last year. It was less than a penny at the time. It's up around 35-40 cents right now. And then I was really holding on to it for a little while from January through to like March, but then I bought a car, so I sold it all when it was just sitting at 5 cents for a really long time. And then now it's at 35-40 cents. And
Well, I would keep holding on to it.
I don't have it now.
Oh, you
yeah,
don't?
no, I know.
You didn't get that memo he just said?
No,
I sold it
didn't
when I
get
put
it.
it
Wait a
on
minute,
the
I
car.
brought my
Focus.
stuff. I brought my
Hey,
stuff up.
podcast over here.
I know. I brought my.
see it. Let me
I brought
see.
my stuff up there.
I know he's looking at his. That's why I'm giving him shit.
Hand me the phone. Let me see.
Yeah. See, but the thing is, I mean, I put in 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought in at 13
Hey, Kayla.
892
Instead of us
shares.
going on a vacation, let's just put it all in.
You want me to sell it? You said.
No, I don't want you to sell it because that thing got up to 4 or
I think it tapped
My-
47 cents.
yeah, I know,
Hey,
but
if
I got up to
anybody
400.
knows anything about blockchain and cryptocurrency and how to start one, please hit me up
If-
on my.
If the
dude
gentleman,
probably
have
knows.
y'all heard about Dogecoin, is who I think it is. I think it's one of my buddies. He knows.
We need to have a conversation.
Yeah, we, need
We
to
should
have
get
a
him on here next time I'm here too, or even him on his own
Because
if he wants to.
Yeah.
You got an idea that's gonna it's gonna kill both. It probably even rival Bitcoin.
Yeah,
That
we think so.
That's a bold statement.
No, it's a true statement, and I could. Yeah,
Yeah.
NDAs will be placed out.
Yep.
A requirement.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That would be. I mean, it would be so badass.
Oh God, yeah. You know it. As soon as that fucking even a fragment, anybody hears that in the entertainment business,
Oh yeah,
gone.
they'll buy. Yep.
And then once one buys it, then all of them.
Elon would jump into it too.
Oh God, yeah.
And
And
so
that wouldn't be a far drive to to have a little conversation with
shake
old
his
Elon.
hand with Elon.
Yep.
You know. So yep. But anyway, so you got any questions?
Would you ever own a Tesla?
Hell yeah.
Would you ever own a Tesla?
It's the goal.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
What about you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
Mm.
I drove.
miss
Would
the
you?
Miata.
I drove one of the first
Good.
hybrid vehicles.
Which one was that?
I don't even want to say it.
The Prius.
The Prius. The 04 Prius.
I'm proud of that one. Timestamp that.
I told you I owned a lot of cars. I was
Yeah.
not lying.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? So my buddy, who is the biggest car guy, and like he's probably, I don't know if he's listening, but he tunes in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Who?
Runs a car show, right?
Uh-huh.
And he said to me the other day, he goes, "Dude, you know of all the cars you had?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "The best one was a Prius." And I go, "What the fuck did you just say?" I literally was like, I was record. You say that again?
Goodness gracious.
I mean, this guy's got muscle cars and hot
Yeah.
rods and Harleys.
And he says a Prius.
And you just, I was like,
What would you-
reasoning?
but you know what?
Yeah, what was his reasoning?
He just said reliable, like never had any maintenance,
No.
never had any problems.
Wrong.
The one problem I had with it, I drove it 280,000 miles. I literally
How many
drove-
times did you replace the battery?
None.
None.
Zero. You know how many times I replaced the brakes?
How many?
0.
Really?
One time when I went to sell it.
Yeah.
One. You know how much
Well,
that
that's
cost
more
me?
than 0.
Hold on. Well, it's only because I sold it.
Yeah. Understandable.
But you know how much it cost me to replace those brakes? This is no bullshit. It's the funniest fucking thing ever.
$69.
$19.
Oh, wow.
And
That's amazing.
That would be
nice.
nice.
And I only did it because I was selling the vehicle, right? It
Right.
didn't need to be done.
Right.
I just did it.
Just
because
do
selling
it,
And then
raise
the other
the
thing I
value a
did
little
was the Serpentine Belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to order this thing, right? I'm not even bullshitting you. The belt was this big. It literally looked like a vacuum belt.
Yeah.
Like for a fucking
Tiny.
vacuum cleaner. I was like going, are you serious? And so I looked online and it said, it's going to take me, it says it takes about an hour to 2 hours to install this. And I go, Mom, start a timer.
Start a timer.
She's like, what? I was like, I'm going to install this and see if I can do it in less than an hour. I came back in there in less than 2 minutes. I was like, Mom, thing's installed. She goes, no.
These people are wrong,
I
is
go,
what you said.
These people are wrong.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Damn it, Devin. Damn it, Devin. You
That's,
didn't do anything to your damn car. Damn it. Fuck. Shit.
The car that I bought very, very recently is a 2012 Mini Cooper S, 1.6 liter, as well as the Miata 4-cylinder, turbocharged motor.
Uh-huh.
I bought that because I kept on trying to work on the Miata as my daily. I'd get off work at 4,
More problems with that
and
than
then
you'll ever have with that.
I'm like, this will take me 2 hours. No, yeah, that's what everybody says. Good so far. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But apparently, the most common issue that I can run in that I'm likely
whole
to
new engine.
That's if
Ask
you.
my buddy that I was
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
It's not a gas and go car. It's definitely not a gas and go car. You have to do your maintenance on it. But
Yeah.
the issue with the Miata was I would be like, okay, this job realistically is going to take me 2 hours, and then I break something, or I'm missing a part, or
That's well.
Yeah.
Wait till you own a home.
yeah.
Yeah. This project's gonna
Well,
take me 30
listen, I'm
minutes.
23. I'm never going to own a home.
Where's our fucking LED lights? Hey, you say that. I made a goal when I said I'm gonna buy a house before I was 25. I bought it when I was 24.
But they were like 5 cents when you bought a house.
Oh my
They're like
God.
35 cents now.
I
Really?
I
Dogecoin.
bought it with with chewing gum.
Chewing gum and baling wire.
No, actually, I got a hell of a deal on this house. Funny, I got a story about this house too. Originally, I wanted to buy this house, and then I actually went through the tour guide or whatever, open house. And then they told me the price, and I said, "Fuck that! I ain't paying that."
Walk out. Bye.
I'm like, "Bye." But then I was interested in a house that's further down.
Yeah.
And I went to go look at that house, and I was actually going to put an offer on it. And when I was coming back, I noticed this house had a bunch of signs on the window, and I'm like, "What the fuck are those signs?" So I get out of the car, and then it said that the house is going up for auction on Sunday. And I asked my parents, "Hey, what's today?" And they're like, "Sunday." And I'm like, "Oh shit, we got till midnight to buy a motherfucking house."
Yeah. Wow.
So talk about buying something on a whim.
On a whim. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So luckily, I'd already
Worked
been
out.
here. I already
Yeah.
been here, so
Okay.
I knew the house. So
Right.
I lucked out. So basically, they wanted, God, I want to say $290 something for this house, and then I got it for $134 because it went
That's-
through fucking auction. I was just like, patience.
It's like 40%.
Good things come to
45?
those who wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just gave me an updated estimate of the house. So I was like, all right, $300,000 equity. That's not bad.
But then your
No,
taxes
that's
are more.
not
That's the part
bad.
that sucks about it.
What?
Your taxes are more expensive if the house is valued more. Yeah. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yeah, this fucking place is haunted. I don't know if you saw some of the first
Alrighty.
podcast.
Yeah,
Oh, and we're gonna. By the way, we're gonna have a fortune or a
Psychic reader?
Palm reader, right?
palm reader tarot card, and then we also having a ghost whisperer coming.
She can be here for that. I'll wait
Love it.
outside.
Yeah,
I'll wait
come on
outside.
in.
I'll wait
Love
outside.
it all.
you wait outside.
I don't believe in any of that horse shit.
All right, so we're gonna need.
Okay.
We're gonna need another microphone then, and another set of headphones. Well, I have another set of headphones. We're good.
Well,
What?
you don't. How come you don't believe in the?
Oh, he'll believe after this
Science,
podcast.
bitch.
He'll believe after
But
this
it's just,
podcast.
the world's so big. The world's
Yeah,
so
well,
big.
aliens are real. Yes, ghosts no.
The
Wait,
ghosts
hold,
are-
whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
okay,
whoa, back
so-
Universe is
back-
massive.
Okay, so
massive.
So
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. Go.
Good.
Shoot.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, wait a minute. You believe in aliens, but
Absolutely.
you don't believe in fucking ghosts.
I think that people's brains are really like powerful and they just kind of create it. So
Exactly.
If you believe in ghosts, you're going to believe in ghosts. You're going to find something that like,
No, I actually have a story to go with it. Yeah.
I'm skeptical.
Let me just say I pissed off a ghost.
Okay.
Because I was a little kid and I didn't believe, and I was going to fucking taunt the ghost. I thought that was a smart idea. And my cousins, if they're listening to this podcast, they can vouch for it. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Do you believe in the afterlife?
No. I believe it just ends.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
What's that? That you don't believe in the afterlife?
Yeah.
You don't believe in the afterlife, or you don't believe that you go somewhere else? You just believe your body just melts and dies and that's it?
Yep.
What about your soul?
Don't believe in a soul, honestly. Like by definition, I don't believe in a soul.
What is your definition of a soul?
I don't remember what the definition is, but no, there's like
You literally
so
said,
my
"I don't
understanding
believe
like
in
a
my
spiritual
definition."
like a spiritual version of your existence.
Right.
Just
Let me ask you one step deeper.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
can
think we
tell you
live
a
in a-
story.
Do you think
but
we live
go
in a
ahead.
simulation?
I don't think so. No,
I'm surprised being technical.
I don't know enough to say though. That's
Start-
something I'm not educated enough on.
I was gonna say
form
start
opinion.
YouTube and that. Actually, Elon, believe it or not, is
No,
is-
he believes it. Yeah.
And the stuff that I've seen and read and researched, it's like, especially with the computer background that I have, and obviously dealing with data and stuff like that, there are glitches and there are certain scenarios that are too coincidental.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Unexplainable.
Unexplainable.
Right.
Going back to the UFOs and stuff, and in fact, before you came here, they just Pentagon just announced that they're looking at this footage and they think it's authentic. The new footage that just came out of
Right.
the triangle. Did you see that? The triangle.
No, but I've seen over the last year or so they've released information regarding UFOs.
They're
and
slowly. I
whatnot.
think they're slowly kind
just
of
easing us into it.
because
Yeah.
you know what's happening in June, right?
Trump's becoming president again, probably, according to some people.
What's happening in June?
Yeah, what's happening in June?
They're gonna release.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
all of the We're talking millions of documents, and I've been researching.
yeah,
this.
that's right.
Kayla, we've had this discussion, and argument, whatever. I've been researching this literally since I was a little kid. I on the podcast, one of the first podcasts, when I had Marissa on, we had gotten onto that subject, and I had with a group of people, we saw when I was like 7 years old these like fireball looking things in the sky.
Yeah.
We called what was it? What's the Air Force Base? Carswell. Called Carswell. We called the National Weather Service. We called all of the different Air Force bases. Actually, Carswell called all the other bases.
Yeah.
And to see if there was anything that was going on that night, and there was nothing. So it was just kind of like, okay. And that kind of got me interested. And then when I was in college, I started pulling down, and I think I have CD. Some of those CDs I have are guaranteed are either classified or no longer. But I pulled NASA footage of actual from the space station and from International Space Station and from the actual space shuttle and from satellites shooting down at Earth of different shit happening.
Does anybody in this room believe the moon landing was a hoax?
This is a good one.
Well, at the time,
I believe without a fucking doubt it was a hoax.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. What about you?
Because I know technology, and I know they ain't no goddamn way in hell they fucking had enough technology to fucking back then to send a man and land and come back. That's
Yeah.
the key. That's the key. Van Allen radiation belt. Get the fuck out of here. Why haven't we done it since? Ding, 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 ding. Nail on the
I was
head.
only 2
Mm-hmm.
when that happened.
Look at SpaceX. Look at all this shit and the billions and trillions of dollars that are getting spent. They still haven't landed on the fucking moon.
I bet you we do soon. I bet we go back soon.
I bet we do.
Go back.
I bet you we go,
Go
to
back.
Mars.
Oh, so that means you believe that we did.
So my dad's dad, my granddad, worked on Apollo 1, designed a good majority of the spacesuit, namely the zippers and the space boots.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty confident,
Fashion.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they designed it to go up in orbit. That's it. Not going into space. Not to go. It's not radiation proof. It ain't going to be able to go through Van Allen radiation belt.
I think
Bet.
we're going to go to Mars before we go back to the moon.
I don't think so. And I only say that because Elon's been talking about, like, let's just do it again.
Yeah.
here recently. So.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got comments.
There you go.
Elon actually just won the.
Won the ability to get people on the moon, teaming with NASA.
Yes, sir.
Kayla says, not a hoax to me.
Wow. Okay. Right.
Hey,
quick.
I've done enough movie sets. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Have you seen when the Mythbusters addressed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flag, they did the flag thing. They tried to
Lighting,
do the vacuum and
the vacuum. Yeah.
yeah. They did a lot of stuff, but then there's other people that have shot holes in their
Right.
stuff too.
Right.
So it's kind of like
Hard
it's
to
a
know.
slippery, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
slippery
Hard to
slope.
know.
And at the end of the day, when my watch has more computing power than the whole fucking space shuttle, there's a fucking problem.
Well, you say that, but at the same time, it has by far more computing power than the cars on the road at the time as well.
Yeah, but then you compare a Tesla to it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
which, oh, by the way, is in space somewhere, floating around.
Yeah. Right. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hadn't
I think-
other countries gone into the moon as well, or gone onto the moon like after the we had?
Russia.
Yeah, so it's like if it's hoax, is it hoax for them too?
You look pissed as you said Russia.
Russia.
Mother Russia.
Russia's been.
Ostrow's Russian.
I think China has, or did they?
Yeah, I think it was
they had-
Japan.
I thought they had a few
Japan.
animals in there, but I didn't know about people.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I remember when they sent
My thing is, okay,
the monk.
The monkey.
I'm going to preface
Monkey
this.
up
I'm not
to-
a nuclear engineer. I'm not a physicist, but I'm a common sense in it.
You said nuclear correctly, and George W. Bush couldn't do that. So you're already winning in my book.
Nuclear. Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. Come on, George. You can say it right. Nuclear.
So going back to the Miata,
Yeah.
like how I'm going to preface this with the Miata.
Yeah.
So you have a thing called weight to horsepower ratio, right?
Right.
Your Miata can only hold so much fuel, correct?
Right.
It can probably get you 300 miles or so, right? With a tank of gas.
Naturally aspirated, yes.
You don't-
270.
You don't floor it all the time.
Yeah.
You probably get about 300 miles.
Not supercharged.
So you're limited by tank size,
Mhm.
tank volume,
Mhm.
and then obviously the capacity in your engine and all that sort of stuff and
Right.
ratios. Not to go too technical.
Go technical as you want.
Okay. Now then you have a space shuttle, right? Which carries rocket fuel,
Mhm.
which carries boosters, and it carries, all this shit. So once again, you have a weight to horsepower ratio.
Right.
The more weight you put on, the more thrust you have to push it.
Right.
So you keep adding more fuel, you're going to need more thrust, thus another rocket,
Right.
another booster in order to propel it.
The amount of fuel burned versus the power necessary to make up for that weight
Right.
is negligible.
No, because you put more fuel in, then you're going to need you need more boost to lift that
Right.
weight. Right.
But
And it is exponential because the more weight you add, then it becomes a certain point because you have a coefficient of drag.
right.
So then you put more weight,
But not in
you have
space.
more drag, but you got to get to space. That's
Right.
This is where I'm going
Right.
with it. 'Cause
Right.
You still have things that limit you like drag. Well, here's the deal. I don't know if you ever watched videos or know about rocket propulsion and that sort of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but once it gets in, once it launches, then it sheds the booster rockets and all that sort
Right.
of stuff, right? Because to your point, they don't really need it anymore because
Right.
you're not traveling. You got gravity
Right.
or no gravity. Sorry. But then you get to your destination, right? In your
Mhm.
space shuttle
Mm-hmm.
on the moon,
Mm-hmm.
and you land on a lunar module.
Right.
And the space shuttle is what? Just floating around with a fucking leash?
Well, there's a thing called orbit.
Right. But the thing is,
Orbit is kind of a leash to an extent.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just joking.
Right. No, I know.
So somehow you got to get this orbital thing,
Uh-huh. Orbital
Pod.
thing.
pod,
Yeah.
back into the space shuttle, and then you got to get that space shuttle needs to have enough fuel to send you all the way back to
Right.
Earth without a booster because the boosters are gone.
1/6 of the gravity, though.
Still, you still got to have You still got to have power to propel you.
It's like on the moon. Now the space shuttle is a naturally aspirated 90 horsepower Miata. Okay, and then whenever it's launching from the Earth, it's a supercharged, beautiful 140 horsepower Miata. All right, huge numbers, absolutely
Massive.
tremendous.
But here's the thing: you still have the radiation belt. You still have some of those things that you have to, contend with. Then
Right.
You have the Earth's rotation, and you have orbit, and you have all of these other, mathematical equations and stuff that have to be formulated. Plus, what about anomalies? Because even in data, there's always going to be anomalies.
Right.
So the probability from back then with the equipment we had, just saying.
Okay, if you were able to buy a ticket to the moon tomorrow, would you do it?
Tomorrow,
A reasonable, same as the price to New York.
honestly,
No, he wouldn't.
No,
I have no desire to go there.
I'd like to.
I'd like to. I
For
want to see
what?
the world. That would be
Just cause.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
perception
cool.
change.
That's it.
I mean, I'm with them.
Imagine looking down.
I mean,
into
I
the
do
whole
it just to
world.
say that I did it.
Right.
That's why I've done a majority of the shit that I've done is just to say, hey, I fucking did it.
Right.
But, I mean,
Kayla's right.
Don't need power to propel you down unless you
Nope.
don't believe in gravity.
still
as some
need
people.
power. You have to have direction.
Well, that's not
Otherwise, you're just...
I'm sure I can tell from the conversation that we've had that you guys are intelligent enough to agree with me. The Earth is flat, right?
Oh, my God. Fucking send this guy out of here now.
That was a joke.
There's a
That was a
lot.
joke. All right.
I was hoping that was.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. So
Your face went down so fast. You're like, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. Throw the mics at him.
Yeah.
There's a window right there.
No, so it's funny you say that. So I had a buddy that came into town. We actually went to college and stuff together, and kind of kept in touch, whatever. And he was in town, and we hung out. We were at what the fuck is the name of that place we were supposed to go the other night? Patrick.
What?
In Addison, that place we were supposed to go the other night. Sherlock's, right?
Was it Sherlock's?
Yeah. So him and I went to Sherlock's, and we had a couple drinks, and he was just like, "Dude, the fucking Earth is flat." And I'm like,
Oh hell nah.
No.
I was in a lot of flat Earth groups on Facebook just for the entertainment value.
Oh my
It was
God! So was I.
They're gone
too.
now though. They're all gone. They get
Oh, my
deleted
God.
constantly. But
Yeah, it was just, and then he was trying to tell me, he's like, "Well, how do you know gravity exists?" And he started going to that whole thing, and I'm just like,
it's like Jesus. Like
Drop something. He goes,
Right here, man.
"Gravity's
I mean,
a theory,
shit.
right? It hasn't been proven." And I'm like, going,
technically he's right.
He
but
is.
It's the shittiest. There's no ground to stand on argument.
No, and it's funny because like I literally have this image ingrained in my head when we flew from LA to Australia, and we were far enough out that I could literally see part of the continent and I could see the curvature.
Right.
And I'm like, motherfucker, fly
Right.
goddamn airplane.
See the world.
Oh my
Go
God.
somewhere far.
Yeah, and I mean you can see the
You
curvature.
can.
You can see the curvature.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
and this shit's been, I'm like, I tried to tell him.
That's just depth perception. Or
Right.
that's
right,
their argument.
right.
Then they did the whole ocean thing. I don't know if you saw that, where they had a
With
guy
the lasers.
with a laser, and then they had
Yeah.
the height chart or whatever, where it shot on the from where the guy was with the laser to where they were, and they could see the curvature of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just like, God, you're still fighting that? It's those idiots.
I
Man.
don't even comment on that shit.
We touched on some of the best topics tonight.
We did,
Touched on
right?
some good topics tonight.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a moment of silence the whole time.
No,
That-
there wasn't.
Yeah, that's usually how this podcast works. It's
Yeah.
like, talk about the most random shit, but there's usually not.
But next time, I mean, if y'all come back, I do have something to
Yeah.
ask you.
Grill into
Yeah.
it. I'll come back with
yeah,
questions.
what the fuck was this note that got shared around that I didn't even get to
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing,
Secret.
Devin.
Oh,
It's a
y'all are
secret.
plotting against me. You
No,
Right.
Devin, you already know.
Oh, okay.
So, but
We definitely love. I can't speak for her, but I would love to come back sometime.
All right, Kim.
yeah,
Kim says, my issue is how many people do you expect to keep a secret? Over 400,000 people worked on Apollo program, 20,000 companies. Between family and friends, that's over 1 million people. Really?
I think the argument to be made would be there were only a handful of people that actually went to the moon. I think that's what Devin's argument would be. It's a worthless argument, but I'm joking.
No. I mean, having worked for military companies, the left hand never knows what the right hand's doing.
Right.
Only the. No, I'm being serious. I hate to say it.
I know. I mean, I'm. Yeah.
And then she says, since when has that many people kept a secret? She doesn't. I love you, girl, but you obviously haven't worked for the military because only the people at the top, look at Snowden, only the people at the top know what the fuck's going on. And all the peons and everybody that are doing all of the grunt work have no clue because they're on a need-to-know basis. They don't need to know what the hell the higher-ups and stuff are seeing.
Right.
And man, there's been so many secrets that have. Look at UFOs. Look at unidentified at the Pentagon. You don't think. How many millions of people knew about that? How many organizations? Let's see. Air Force, Pentagon, the Navy, Army.
Looks like Kim got them going on.
Thank you, Kim. I needed that fuel.
Yeah. Thanks, Kimberly.
Just like the
he needed
Apollo space
that.
shuttle.
Yeah, so to your point, you don't have a point.
Jaw dropped.
Mike. No, I mean, we've been live.
She's probably sitting there laughing at you right
now. Roswell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you believe in Roswell?
I believe in Roswell.
I do too, because we actually met some of the people that were in the base where the bodies were.
In Area 61.
What kind of 51? Which bodies?
Area 61.
What kind of bodies?
It's Area 61.
Bodies that were not of this world. Let's put it that way.
I like that. That's hot.
I do believe that there's aliens among us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like we all have it's like why not having a soul doesn't really make sense because I feel like even when your universe it's kind. Have you all ever seen Adventure Time? Anyone?
Adventure Time?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't think I have.
What movie was that?
It's a show.
Or a show?
It's like
Sorry.
it's a kid's cartoon. I honestly really recommend it.
Now you really lost me.
I recommend
Hey,
it.
is it a cartoon?
I'm like, oh, it's a cartoon.
Is it a cartoon that shows on Saturday mornings like they used to? All the Looney Tunes and all that.
Kayla said the same thing I said. They are the only that need to know. Yeah, like what I said. You're on a need to know basis, and they don't.
Too many
need
hands
to know.
in the cookie jar is never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too many hands in the
Yeah.
cookie jar is never a good thing, and that's exactly why. I mean, when you have incidents like Snowden, who leak information that has been hidden and we've been lied to, and how many other people covered that up? But it took one person to leak it. You know what I mean?
True.
Yet another person.
And another person. And another person.
In June, it's going to be interesting. Hey, Kayla, for your birthday.
And then Biden's gonna,
What's he gonna do?
he's gonna come out with some off the wall bullshit.
He's already doing some off the wall shit.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know what's going on with this whole Russia incident. You see what's going on?
Mm-mm.
So he pulled all of our U.S. Ambassadors or something in Russia, and then Russia did the exact same thing. They pulled all the U.S. that was there. They basically kicked them out.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a pissing contest.
Yeah,
Who
that's
can
not
piss
good.
further? What? Hold on. The Soviets would not have allowed us to be the first. They would have debunked. So your logic is the military can keep except at Area 51. LOL. Kayla says U.S. would never be successful in anything if everyone knows everything. Damn right.
Well, I mean, the two's right. So.
The two's right.
Yeah, Kim and what's her name? Kayla.
But she's missing the whole point, Kim. Love you to death. Again, I'm preferencing with this. The whole reason why we had to fabricate it was so that we could be the first. That's the whole point.
It was a power move.
It was a power move, exactly. It was, once again, that we just talked about, pissing contest. Whose dick's bigger?
I've always wanted to say this
Obviously
live on
USA.
air. Mine's about 2 inches rock hard.
Yeah.
From the ground.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Twitch wouldn't let me say that when I live streamed. Oh, we're on Twitch though. RIP your Twitch account.
Sprouty, you forgot my name. I didn't forget your name. I
Timestamp that for me, please.
Yeah, Caleb.
Timestamp again.
I didn't forget.
Got a lot of timestamps.
I didn't forget Kimberly's name either.
Kim, I'm just busting your chops. You're awesome.
Yeah.
It makes some good engagement arguments.
Yeah, she's nice. Yeah. Okay, one more question, and yeah, y'all need to go.
Oh.
Right? What time y'all need to?
Anytime before like 11, as long as we get there. So we're good for a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
so one last question.
Okay, one
Right.
last. Hold
And
on.
then we can
The Soviets would have flushed it out if it was a conspiracy.
How? How could they prove it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Kim, how could they approve it? How can they prove it? And while you're writing, I'm going to ask some questions right quick. Okay, so I asked y'all earlier if y'all believed like in an afterlife. Okay, so
Okay.
if
You asked me. She didn't respond.
okay, what about you?
Yeah, we need your answer.
Yeah, we need your answer too, because I want your input too.
Yeah, I definitely believe in reincarnation.
Just reincarnation?
I definitely believe there's some kind of higher power. I don't believe in God. I don't think that's just kind of too simple of an issue. That's too simple of a solution to what's going on. That's just too simple. It's not just one dude. If anything, it would be a whole bunch of gods that's kind of putting things together. But definitely, like, energy can be neither created nor destroyed. So where does it go? Everywhere. And like, you can't like look at me and tell me that like you don't like whenever you pick up something, do you not think, oh, where did this come from? Like, if whenever you have an interest, of course it's your cultural, of course it's how you were raised, whatever. But even then, there's that deep-rooted thing that kind of is telling you, oh, go towards that car, go towards that pretty sunset. There's something in you that you've done it before. At least that's how it is with me. Like, I have deja vu moments like every other day.
Okay, so it's like, and I mean, he knows my greatest fear is drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Understandable.
Maybe you drowned in it.
Okay, that's my greatest fear, and I mean,
Have you ever had a close encounter?
that's it.
I hate to burst your bubble, but I have one thing that'll blow your first part out of the water.
Oh.
You made the statement that no one person can be in charge. Every single company, one person is in charge. They're called the CEO. So why would you say no one person can be in charge when every company,
Well,
and every
Because it's not even then. That's too simple of a thing even
I think
then.
That's
like,
not a simple thing. It's
yes,
one
it is
person
too.
that's in
Because
charge.
all those executives who are like all
They're
around, it's
nothing.
not.
They don't count.
But it's
The
still
CEO is the one that
influencing.
counts.
But it's still influencing him. It's still influencing him. It's still. It just doesn't make
her.
sense. Or her, whichever one.
I was talking.
but kind of building on
I
was
her
talking about
point,
God.
using your point.
Yeah.
There's a CEO for Walmart. There's a CEO for Tesla.
Correct.
There's a God for this. There's a God for that. I think that's her argument.
So you're saying there's more than one God?
I mean, I think that there's just beings. Like there's
Right.
it's
CEOs of
Wherever there's beings,
aspects of life.
This is not just
vibe.
in humans. Hold on. This is not just in humans. This is actually in nature, too.
Mm-hmm.
There will always be an alpha. Alpha can also be the CEO. It's one that everybody realizes that is the leader of the pack. Pack mentality. In wolves, in ants, there's always a queen who's in charge of. In bees, there's always a queen that's in charge of.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's always the one chosen one, whether it be a guy or a girl, that is the supreme leader that dictates everything that's below them. So to your point, the hive is nothing without the queen. They'll all die, literally, without the queen.
well, it's more of a direction than at that point. Like
It's evolution. It's
I
survival.
mean, but it's
You
it's
believe
also,
in? No.
Okay, here's
I did
my
work
thing.
in a medical. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my-
I don't think I can state all of what I've stated and then try to pretend I don't believe in evolution.
Okay,
Well, you
so
did throw off the flat Earth, and you know
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
throw some
right.
people off again.
hey,
you say?
read Kim's comments right quick, and I'll respond to her or whatever. Okay.
The Soviets call us out on everything, and they would have especially called us out on that one. Who does the hell to say they didn't?
Did they? They did call us out.
They did call us out.
They did. I think they
Yes,
did.
They did. Yes.
But
And that's one of the
I don't
reasons why they
remember.
tried to go to
I was
space
2 years
to
old. I
prove-
don't remember.
To prove that you couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, back to what, you know, you were talking about
Becca.
God.
She has a name.
I know.
What's up?
I was just doing this.
What's
I was
up?
just doing this.
Lay it
Here's
on
the
me.
deal.
Okay, so
Here's the deal.
I
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
she said read the comment above that. I believe in God. I do. Okay, because I was raised that way. Now, before, I lost mom, I lost dad. I had a collapsed lung. The last 20 years. Had a heart attack. Right, 2017 due to stress. Right. When I was on that table, and I started slipping. It just seemed like that I entered into this big white dome. Okay, and I mean this is what I saw, and I saw Mom on the other side. Okay, like they're waiting, like she was waiting for me. And of course, every time I got in trouble when I was a little kid, she would do this. Well, what she was doing was she was standing there smiling and was doing this, saying, "No, it's not your time." And then when she went like that, that's when I woke up, right in the middle of the cardiac catheterization, and with them putting the stent into my heart.
Well, I believe in this situation, like, I don't know what the theory is, but it's like the world is it's kind of the same thing with the simulation. It's kind of the same thing with that, like that area to where the world is kind of being made for you. The things that you're kind of making are for you. So when you had that kind of spiritual, whatever it was, situation, it's because of how you were raised, of like God, like you're going to heaven and your mom's in heaven, welcome you in, but it wasn't your time, so you came back. So it's that kind of thing to where it's like it reinforces the idea that you've like had pushed onto you throughout your whole childhood, and then now it's even more real for you. And it's that same kind of thing that I've had to where it's like I have memories of deja vu moments where it's like reinforces my idea that like I've been reincarnated, and I look around and like that's what makes me want to live.
Yeah, and that goes back to me with my big fear of drowning. And what I did in high school was I wrote my junior theme on Titanic.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So let me ask you. I'm curious. You said something about deja vu makes you think of your past life or whatever. How does that relate? I'm just curious, like your thought process on that.
It's more of just like I be doing things and I'm like, I did this before. Like every single time, like I did this. This
Regardless
is the same.
if you actually did.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just too. It's too specific, and it's too constant.
So what happens when you have that feeling? Like any goosebumps, anything happen visually, auditorially,
or you just sit there and just think about it.
It's more of a very kind of like, oh, that happened. Like just kind of like a thing I put into my brain. I'm like, I've been here before. And I guess there is kind of an air around it because it just feels like stale air, if that makes sense, because you've already lived it before.
Right. I'm just curious because like some people get goosebumps. Some people have like it's like a visual type thing. Some people have like auditorial, like it's something. It's like ringing or something that goes like. Me personally, it's like, and I've had this a lot lately. I'd say probably in the last year. Where it's like just visions and then like goosebumps, like I have right now, just talking about it. But it's so weird because like a lot of my innovations and a lot of the stuff that I've come up with, it's been like because I can't sleep, first of all, because if it's on my head, like I can't shut it off. But there's been times where like I'm doing something, but then like a visual will pop up, and it may not be what I'm doing that necessarily deja vu, but an image or something like just happens, and I'm just like,
well, that's your intuition too. It's like that part of your brain where it's like it's turning on. You're like, you gotta think about this for a second. Like you gotta think about it.
It's like the most
random
shit that has nothing to do with what I'm doing at all. That's what's so weird.
Women's intuition.
Oh yeah, women's intuition.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better than guys' intuition. So, you need to watch out. So
I do be knowing things. I do be seeing things.
Yeah. So I mean, women's intuition is way stronger than ours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation with a person about that the other night.
On average.
Yeah. So, and after she told me that, I mean, I went, hell yeah, y'all do. So, but anyway, I was just wondering because I mean, it's just that's what I just saw when
I definitely think it's real. I think it's real for you. And I think
So-
what my thing is real, and I think your thing is real, and I think your thing is real.
Well, it's just like it's an interpretation. Everybody's experience is going to be different. So what you experience, and you and I could do the same exact thing, but what
An
you
experience
took away
is entirely different.
Exactly. I do this all the time with photography. Like, I go with a group of people, and I'll take a picture, and then I'll show it to them, and they'll be like, "Where in the fuck? Where is this?" And I'm
Where
like,
do you take it?
"I'm like, right here," and they're like going,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah," because my interpretation and my what I take away from it is different than obviously.
Perspective is reality. That's
Yep.
that's true.
Yep.
But
So-
we should probably call it so we can make it to our function.
Yeah, you need to go. Y'all need to go to your.
Everybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, make sure to like the post.
Word.
Help us
Appreciate
reach
it.
out to other people and tune in next time.
Be
Yeah,
safe.
that's right.
Yeah, that would be good. That would
We
be
appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in. Pleasure to have you on the show. It's great subject matter and talking about everything and all things and everything in between.
Yep. Good conversation.
Definitely.
I had a great time.
It was awesome. Thank you again.
Of course, thank
And
you.
everybody else out there, y'all have a great night. And
All right.
thank you for tuning in. And we'll catch you on Monday.
good. See y'all later.
Later.
Bye.
Stay thirsty.